I don't think we have any of the new emotes yet, though. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream.
Master!
Oh, Elfie's already here. And so is FlutterBug.
Master! Don't be the
Don't you dare! Don't put that on my stream!
Don't be the
You can't even say it.
Master! Don't be the cock destroyer!
Oh. Hi, everybody.
I had that in my head. I was like ready. I was ready.
That's why you asked me to let you know exactly when we're starting.
Oh,
wow.
Fuck. Oh my god, this image is really good though. You should start on stream.
I am not showing that on stream.
Why are you not showing it on stream?
I am not.
Okay.
Going to show that on stream.
I can't believe you've not done it. Well, that was a pretty good Dobby voice. You just want to do the quote?
BisTheFairy says, "Thank you for streaming. The internet, asterisk, is on fire today, and the asterisk is a very specific sub-community of the internet."
Wait, which sub? Wait, what the fuck's going on the internet?
Do you mean, like, you're having connection issues? Or my second thought was, do you mean there's, like, some sort of, like, big argument going on in some group? I see. Oh yeah, we have to pick Knuckles' thing.
Saving up for the fiance.
The angry one. Oh. Oh, okay.
Wait, what?
Well, I live in my own little bubble, so I never know about any of these things.
She lives in her own little butt. So wait. What is the fucking sub-community? Tell us, please. What? Okay, now I'm really curious. I love a good discourse. And by love a good discourse, I mean they're awful, but I like to hear.
Schadenfreude. You like the suck juice.
The Seuss, as it's known. Could you imagine if you just straight up go up to that man and say, "Hey, what's up, Dr. Suck Juice?"
Oh, now I remember what we were doing. I was stuck on a boss battle.
Oh yeah, you were getting owned!
I did worse at this boss battle than the one in the beginning of Sonic Rush, which I had people like thinking I was not gonna like, and I didn't like it that much, but it didn't take me that long to beat it.
Oh, okay. Knuckle time.
Yeah, it's Knuckles time.
It's Knuckles time. Come on, grab your ass. We're gonna go and.
Oh, and hey, are you proud of me? I managed to remember to set the stream title before beginning this time.
Oh, I'm proud of you.
Half
honey.
the time I forget it.
Also, notice the environment. Also, you remember how I said this takes place after Sonic's story?
Yeah.
Note how the Death Egg is not in the background anymore.
Oh.
I think. I don't know. I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't see it.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's there. There's just a lot of shit. Looks at those big old
Hey,
buildings.
Shan.
Yeah, those are a lot of shit. Yeah, what's
Everybody's
up,
here
Shan?
for Sunday Sonic stream.
The Sundonic stream. Also, you know how I have that little BRB I have to do sometimes?
Yeah.
Might be happening earlier, and I don't know if it might be longer than usual tonight. I'm hoping not the latter. Yeah, it's butterfly time.
Don't make me stream Knuckles by myself.
Well, I mean, you can just beat the game quickly. That's an option.
Well, as if I could do that. It took 8 hours to beat. I looked on our videos. It took 8 hours to beat this as Sonic, and we've already played this for 3 hours.
Yeah, but I mean, Knuckles short. Knuckles has a tiny.
Yeah, but I do way worse.
Elena, did you seriously just manage to do that?
Yeah. First death of the stream.
Elena, seriously, what the fuck was that? Atlas moths are fantastic, even though I think I would be low-key fucking terrified if I saw one in person.
Although, unfortunately for them, they do not have mouths.
Do they need to scream?
Well, they need to do a lot of things that they can't do because they don't have mouths. So they don't live very long. And they only fly for brief moments because they're trying to conserve all of their energy because they can't get any more energy.
Okay, I have a
It's like-
funky question, right? Okay, so
It's like one of those-
evolutionarily-
It's like one of those games where you have to like do a bunch of setup for like a run, and then everything that you get during that is what you have. Like fighting the Elite Four in Pokemon.
Mm.
You know?
Question. quick question.
Yeah.
So these big moths, right? Do they get big in order to attract fucks? And
Yeah,
have
like
kids?
once they become a moth, that's their entire purpose, is just to mate.
I have a terrible read of this, right? Okay.
Mhm.
So you have the caterpillar, right? Which is completely reconfigured into the moth, right?
Yeah.
The caterpillar, its brain probably doesn't survive, right? It probably has a new brain, right? Would it be accurate to say that the caterpillar effectively dies, and then a giant flying genitalia is left behind to fuck in the caterpillar?
Fitz, this is terrible.
I know, I have a talent for thinking of the worst fucking way of describing things.
Alfie just says BIS in all caps.
No, I'm sorry! I'm sorry, Alfie.
Oh,
I'm
you
sorry,
remember that
but
other
also-
boss that you had to get the thing to run into it last time
Yeah.
that I took forever on? And I didn't remember it. I was like, dang, I don't remember this. I watched back the footage of me playing it as Sonic, and I beat it first try without even really thinking about it. And like when
Yeah,
I was
like
having a
12
conversation with BIS. Also, look, I did it first try this time. Wait, so I did it this time? Or oh wait, no, I was talking about the other boss. Never mind. But I did this one having a conversation too. Maybe that's the trick, because I just have to not pay attention. If I try to pay too much attention, I lose. I can't overthink it. That instinct to play it. And yeah, and all I did on that boss, I didn't even realize how it worked. I just sat there, like, continuously hitting it, and it just happened to get hit by the thing that's supposed to hit it. And I won.
Oh, how big was Spodinus? Give us an idea of the size of the Spodinus you found.
Is it like a giant house spider?
A joust spider, is
It's
it
the
known?
most likely big spider to have in a house.
I feel...
Which we have here, but they apparently aren't like native to here. They were native to places in Europe and were just brought here at some point.
Aerope.
Not exactly
They're
sure
probably
how
brought-
they got here, but
Wait. You're not sure how giant house spiders got to America?
well, they're not everywhere in America. They're specifically here in Oregon.
Well, I mean, you're there in Oregon, and you... How did
You're
you get
accusing-
to Oregon?
Oh, I was gonna say, are you accusing me of bringing the spiders here?
Yes, I am. I am accusing your family line of specifically bringing the spiders. The spiders
well,
have been
yeah, I
living
guess-
on your bodies the entire time.
I guess we came from Europe at some point, and then
Yeah.
now we're here, and the spiders are also here, and they were in Europe.
Yeah, that's my point.
Oh, like 2
That's my
inches
point.
across with the legs? Oh, so not that big then.
Wow. Wow, way to be mean to those spiders. They're trying their best.
I'd say the ones that I've seen are maybe twice that big.
Well, maybe it's not a contest, Elena. Maybe all spiders are big as they need to be.
The giant house spider, the other interesting thing about it is that it has the world record for world's fastest spider.
I hate this.
I don't remember what it was. I think it was something like it can go at like 3 miles per hour or something like that.
That's pitiful, honestly.
For a spider,
I
that's
can
really
go
fast.
faster than that. Yeah, well, the spider should be...
Spoder wipe?
That's a good point.
Oh, I can
Alfie.
break that. Took me too long to figure out I could break that, even though I broke one
Honestly-
of those earlier.
Honestly, you put the word wife in front of anything, and suddenly...
Suddenly it's appealing.
No, not suddenly it's a... Okay, well, yes. But also... Actually, I don't know, because then you could say something like... cultist wife, and that doesn't make it appealing. I mean, like, the second you put wife on anything, the priorities change quite a lot.
I'm gonna die because of no
Like
air.
what matters?
Oh my god, there's no bubbles. Knuckles, get out of here! He drowned. Oh, you're welcome for that idea. I posted it the other day. Yesterday, actually.
Having a spider wife must be cool, because on the plus side you've got a spider wife. On the downside you sleep in.
How did it manage to fill up past the sky? That's a good question.
It's the story of Noah's Ark. But I was saying,
the sky fills up with water.
Having a spider wife must be bittersweet, because on the plus side you have a spider wife, right, which is just inherently good. But on the downside, you end up having to sleep in sticky ass silk every night. Fucking
spider eggs.
No, wait, no, you don't sleep. No, you don't sleep in spider eggs. That's not how that. No, this is. Oh, wait, what? Oh, they can make non-sticky silk. Never mind. You're right. That's fair.
That's the part that they walk on, so that they don't get stuck on their own webs.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense, because they walk to the middle to grab the thing that's caught.
It's all mixed together, and they know specifically which webs are not sticky, and they step on all
Are
of those
you
ones.
fucking serious? I wasn't aware spiders were this, like, extra. I just thought they had, like, greasy legs or something.
No.
Okay, that's amazing. I like this.
They have, in fact, they have legs with little, like, spikes on them for gripping things. Lots of insects do.
How would you feel?
Lots of insects and arachnids do.
How would you feel if you zoomed in to a spider's leg on an electron microscope and saw hundreds of tiny sonic sprites?
I used to try to feed spiders when I was younger.
Aww. There's just a spider enjoying their life, and you just dump a pot of lasagna on them.
Jen says, I feed spiders. Uh-oh. I usually just let them be nowadays.
Elena, I have unfortunate news for you.
What?
You're underwater.
Yeah. In real life?
Also, no, in the video game.
Underwater in real life.
Underwater in real life?
You can't jump out of the water. Oh no, I'm going to drown.
Wait, you can't jump out of the... Oh my god, I wish my video was on time. Come on.
Knuckles' jump's too short. He's too small of a jump. He's too small in the jump department.
Don't be mean to Knuckle.
Give them offerings of peace last year. I like to watch spiders eat things because I thought it was interesting. They have an interesting process.
It seems kind of gross to me, to be honest.
That was cool.
I mean, you're allowed to find it cool. I'm allowed to find it a little bit gross.
My favorite spiders that live around here are the little fuzzy jumping spiders. Because they're very cute. They have little faces that you can see. Well, I certainly haven't figured out how to hit this boss.
Well, Elena suggested sleeping in spider eggs, so who knows what she finds interesting about that? Yeah, like, what's interesting about that? I'm gonna be honest, right? Okay. Okay. I know that you probably meant sleeping on a pile of spider eggs, but I was imagining you envisioning the spider eating you like Yoshi and pooping you out in the egg like you were in a spider. No. Do you ever think about how weird it is how weird it is that the Mario series is like, yeah, you can just eat something and then it comes out in an egg. It's just how it is. We're just gonna have our character do this. We're not gonna like see it as weird or anything.
Well, that boss was pretty easy.
Kink shaming is allowed in chat as long as you acknowledge that it won't work.
Oh no, it's Big Arms. He's gonna grab me, Biss. He's sticking out his little fingers and he's gonna grab me.
This is Big Arm versus Big Fists.
If it was Rouge, it would be Big Arm versus Big... Never mind.
Ears.
Yeah. Chances I'm still disliking Knuckles' shoes.
I can't believe you were going to do a Rouge titty joke on what is partially my stream because it's Sunday.
No, it was definitely big ears that I was going for. You were right. Crap, my ring is gone.
Fucking Rouge the Bat and the BFG hang out together. Fucking big ear squad.
Rouge the butt.
I actually watched.
Did I manage to hit the spike?
Yeah, you managed to hit the spike. I rewatched a bit of the BFG recently. I don't like it.
The recent animated movie?
No, the original one.
I didn't know there was an original one. I just knew of the book, and I went to see a play of it when I was younger.
So you've never seen the 2D animated BFG movie?
No.
Elena.
I like the more recent animated one. I really liked that one.
Yeah, it was probably not as good.
They did a good job adapting the book. It was pretty much just they didn't take very many liberties with it at all. It's pretty much just the book.
Well, I mean that's a way of doing things. I don't know. Like I like some things I like, which are straight
I'm very
adaptations.
fond of the book,
like,
so.
Like the JoJo anime is basically just the manga but it moves. And I like that. You could really tell it's the manga but it moves because sometimes there'll be like a plot. Sometimes a character will like speak. Will be like in free fall 1 meter, right? They'll be in free fall like 1 meter, and somehow they manage to like speak several panels of dialogue on the way down.
Yeah.
Because in a comic book, you don't question the timing of these things, you just go along with it. In the anime, you're like, wait, how far is he falling?
It was probably, this movie, I think, I would say, was probably the most, like, faithful recreation of a book I've ever seen of a movie.
Wegmans? What the fuck is a Wegman? JoJo is good, chat.
I like Roald Dahl books. I should what?
Oh, never mind. I was gonna say to go get something, but you're already like 2 miles away from it now.
Yeah.
That's even with stream delay. You're 2 miles away from it.
Or even without it, you mean?
Wait, what? Oh, yeah, even without stream delay, you were 2 miles away from the thing at that point. So
I was gonna say, I really like Roald Dahl books. In fact, a couple of my favorite books are from him. One of my favorites is George's Marvelous Medicine. Like, that's a short one, but I've read it like many times. I always enjoy it. It's just a kid's book, but I still like it.
Can I ask you a question, Elena?
What?
Who would win in a fight out of Roald Dahl and Dr. Seuss?
Me.
Wait. Number 1, you can win a fight? Number 2, what?
I sit.
Wait, excuse me, could you please... What do you mean, you sit?
That's how I win the fight.
You sit down?
Yeah.
How does that win?
Now they're squished.
Okay. Can we have a fight? Elena, you got crushed.
No, I got
irony.
lased.
No. Elena!
What?
Elena, you're down to 1 life.
Yeah. Now I'm down to no lives.
To be fair, I think it... Elena, what the fuck? Ah!
I don't even know what happened.
You got punched by a frog!
I didn't even see it.
Also, for the record, it's impossible to not be horny on main or stream. Because it's not like there's a fucking, like, alt stream. There's not like an after dark stream. We don't have, like, well, a hitbox. Hitbox, you can stream whatever you want, yeah. It's not like we have a hitbox. Or whatever.
I can't collide with you, Bis. You don't have a hitbox.
Oh my god, Elena. Elena, I have an idea, right? Okay, we're gonna make an After Dark stream, right? Okay. And it's just us playing Sonic 3 and Knuckles again, but it's on Chatterbait, and that's the only difference. It's the only difference. Yeah, that's impossible, especially, I'm gonna be honest, for me. I kind of have, like, I kind of have like vague,
Ambient.
subtle ambient horny energy.
I don't know if I have that. Yeah, I mean, I don't think in the same way. I think. Then again, I don't know if I even really have it. Maybe I'm just like making a comment which makes more sense inside my head, but doesn't make sense outside. Because maybe Just like a French fry.
No, that's not. That is.
Can I avoid getting flung into the wall?
No,
I
was
get flung
not.
into the wall because I'm trying to get it to take me over there.
Getting flung into the wall is pretty great.
Getting flung into the mall is pretty great.
Oh, I can't believe I'm now the Spunbust. I'm getting fucking Spunbust. I think that is kind of like, I'm gonna be honest, that's the pattern with me, is I will find people, and I will Spunbust them to hell. I will fucking destroy them on a daily basis. And then they'll find one thing. Yeah. And then you and Cassie and Elfie now have all found one, I think usually different thing, that is
I
like...
find things every once in a while that bug you.
Yeah, like Eddie Stobringer, what's his name? Animations. I don't know. I have very specific things.
Most recent one was like telling you to like be like Plankton in that SpongeBob episode and pilot my brain.
Oh god,
like
I hate that episode. I don't like things touching brains. Elena, why are you trying to glide through that? I hate it when things touch brains. It upsets me so much. It makes me so uncomfortable. It's gross. And then you're like, do it to me, and I'm like, no. Elena, your fucking neuromembrane is staying unpenetrated. You're not putting anything in your brain. If you think about putting anything in your brain, I will come to your house, I will remove your head. I will put your head on life support, so you cannot put anything in your brain.
Also, if I so much as mention a horse, that gets you.
I fucking hate them. Horses creep me out.
Imagine, Bis, if I made like a really good like Sonic-like game with like all of like the movement and everything that you really like, but I made the main character a horse.
Oh my god, you know what's really fucking spunbusing me, Elena? Do you remember Samari?
Yeah.
Okay, so there are 3 versions of Samari, right? There's Samari, and then they had a version released that had Sonic sprites, so it was just Sonic on NES. And then they had a fucking version with the piracy company's mascot, which is a horse. So there is Sonic the Hedgehog on NES
Company is an interesting
horse.
idea. The Piracy Company.
I really do hate horses. Like that, it's like they're these big, veiny, muscular fucking sausages, and then they're covered in veins, and you can see their organs through their skin. And they have these elongated heads, and their noses look like a separate face. And they have huge eyelashes and giant ears, and they have toothpick legs that are actually just giant, elongated, fused fingers.
I'm sorry, they're kind of funny looking.
I'm sorry.
I have thought before that horses are kind of funny looking, but I still like them. No judge. They can be funny looking.
I'm sorry, I'll stop! I'm sorry!
There's 300,000 horses in Sweden.
Oh my god, I used to work asterisk, at a farm and pet, right? It's a place that sells like farming goods and like.
I'm still getting trapped in the corner, evidently.
Stuff for like livestock and pets and stuff, right? So it's like animal care stuff both for farmers and civilians. That's fun
as if farmers are farmers are part of the military.
But basically, like while I was working there, they had somebody come in who works for a company that makes horse products, right? And they came in and explained all the problems that face horses and a load about horse biology and stuff, right? And it was disgusting, and I hated it. I hated hearing about it. It's awful. And at the end, they had like a little buffet of like cookies and stuff. At the end, they were like, "So does anybody have any questions?" And I was like, "Where'd you get the cookies?" And they were like, "Oh yeah, these are from Sainsbury's, the small boxes. They only cost you £1." And I'm like, "Oh fucking hell, thanks for the tip." And I walk out there happy to never have to hear about horses ever again, or horse biology.
The main thing I think about on this topic now is that when my brother and me episode, where they read the question, are there any emotions that horses have that people don't?
I hate.
And in their list of emotions that they knew that horses had, which had anger 1 and anger 2. Like what? Wait, is that an actual list? Is that an actual scientific list? Well, I don't know if it was. I don't know where the person got this list of horse emotions from.
I was not in the conversation about horse pee-pee cleaning, and I don't want to know. And if you try and talk about it, I'm gonna ban you from chat.
Then it was like if it had, if they had emotions that we didn't have, how would we know? Was basically somebody's answer. Like, how do you expect us to know this? Where would our context for this be?
I agree with Elfie. That's why I'm pretty sure horses do not feel anything but unbridled hatred for all living beings. No pun intended. Why else do they put their lot in with the 4 horsemen?
Also, everybody, did you see the new icon for the BIS points?
The points!
You consider Cassie to be an emotion?
Excuse me, what? Excuse me, what?
Yeah,
That's
I will never get over anger 1 and anger 2.
Hey, Elena.
Yeah?
I walked up to one of those liberals recently, one of those lefties, and you know what I said to them?
What?
If peace and love are so good, why do they never make a love too?
Oh. Also, we have a couple new emotes that are pending approval, so they'll be here eventually. It took like a week last time I put in, or maybe it was more like 2 weeks. I know it took a long time last time I put in an emote, which is the sitting one, of course. So it could be a while, but I've put them in.
Wait a second, made beans from dry in an instant pot. I'm gonna be honest. The weird thing about being British, right? Is that people love beans over here. Okay, they absolutely love beans, but they only love one kind of beans, and that's beans that come in a can of tomato sauce, and that's it.
We like beans over here too, but it's not that.
Well, I guess string beans are beans. I guess runner beans. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. It is kind of a versatile food, Elfie. To be fair. But I think that's the thing. Is like.
Oh my god.
I feel like in America, people who. I feel like it's a weird thing where it's like in America, the people who like beans are the sort of people who probably like to cook and stuff. Whereas over here, the people who like beans are the sort of people that don't like to cook.
Remember, I'm thinking about those beans.
About damn beans. About damn beans.
Thinking about those beans.
Beans.
It's one of my favorite images. Yeah, I couldn't help it. I couldn't get out of there fast enough.
I mean, you could have jumped off of the ceiling and...
What?
You could have jumped off the ceiling and...
What do you mean jumped off the ceiling?
Okay, number one, I think there might be connection issues at the minute with
it's because I started trying to search for thinking about those beans.
Elena, why are you searching for thinking about those beans?
Because I have to show it. It's one of my favorite pictures.
Oh my fucking god, are you serious? I mean, everybody's saying, no, it's Lainey's fault. She's Googling beans.
There you go.
They can't see!
Now there's beans.
Nobody can see.
Now you can see the beans. Think
Can
about
anybody...
those beans.
I'm asking chat, can anybody see the beans Elena's trying to show? Does anybody see the fucking beans? Was it worth it? Was it worth it to kill the stream for like 20 seconds just so you could show off some beans? I can't even see.
Yeah, it's beans.
Because my player's broken.
Oh. Well, the beans were there.
Oh, I see. I almost saw the beans for a second. I saw one frame of the
of beans.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna kill you.
It's just the spelling. I'm just thinking about those beans. It was almost like, you know, like the cry typing thing where somebody's so emotional over something they can't type correctly. It was like that guy was so emotional thinking about those beans that he couldn't like type it correctly. He loves those beans so much.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a big fan of beans. I prefer peas.
Ash highlighted a message which just says beans. As I get scrambled up that wall. Quite extensively.
I'm glad somebody agrees peas are good. Arrow fucking chewed me out over liking peas.
I don't really
Was
like
it Arrow?
peas.
Somebody does.
I wouldn't chew you out over anything.
Arrow?
I wouldn't chew you out. So, it wasn't me.
Wait, so you wouldn't even chew me out if I suddenly started quoting the Dobby image again? I could just get away with Dobbying in chat.
You wouldn't get away with it, but I wouldn't chew you out. I would just scrim.
You would scrim?
Incoherently.
Okay.
Because I can't...
Okay, you jump off the ceiling!
He won't jump! No! By the time I jump, it's too late and I go too far.
Oh wait, you jumped twice!
Yeah, because I didn't think I did it the first time.
I didn't know!
I didn't think it worked. So I hit the button again, thinking it would work that time.
Wait, polydactyl? Polydactyl?
That means you have that means you have extra fingers, right? What are you talking about?
Oh, I thought it was like some kind of.
Oh, you're talking about cat beans.
I thought it was like some kind of flying reptile.
Polydactyly means extra, like, fingers.
Hmm.
Oop. Well, because that's where the dactyl part comes from, is from their wings. Because their wings, of course, is fingers. Yeah.
Fingers.
Get ready to move your fingers.
Fingers?
Yeah, well, that's how it sounds like he says it.
No! Don't you do that.
I have a bubble this time, so I shouldn't drown, right?
As long as you don't get hit. Just don't get hit, forehead. Just don't get hit, forehead.
Isn't that always like the most basic sort of like advice for any video game, is just don't get hit? Well, I got hit because I couldn't get over this spiky guy.
No, because you actively were silly and glid right into them.
I was trying to get over it. I didn't think I had enough height. Also, I can never get off this thing. I don't know what you're trying to get me to do, Bis. There.
You jump off. You did it once. You jump off the ceiling when you're above it.
It's so
there
hard.
You go. You did it. It's almost as if you're playing the intended like second story mode of this game, and you're in like what is like, at least for the song, is like the mid-game climax. Because this is the climax of Sonic 3. Not of Sonic 3 and Knuckles, but you know. Then she didn't take the shortcut, apparently. Elena!
Shortcut? What shortcut?
I imagine from staying in the teacup.
The tub?
Yeah, the tub.
Oh, I thought it was gonna lead me to death.
Wait, why would you... What?
That's why I got off the other one too, is because I thought it was gonna like fling me somewhere I didn't want to go.
Why would it
Trying to get him to stay facing forward. Oh, there we go.
It didn't in Sonic's story, Elena, Elfie points out. I think Elfie is being very charitable by assuming you might remember anything.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, this is a totally different level. I've never seen this level before, as far as I can tell. I've never seen this boss either, as far as I can tell.
What?
I don't recognize this. I recognize the big arm thing, because we made a big deal out of that, but I don't remember this thing at all.
Elena, I can't fucking take this, Elena, you're scribbling me. Elfie face like, yeah, I don't know what I was expecting.
I only play this game once a week, Bis.
Elena, you're a funny woman, you know that?
Oh.
Otherwise known as a fumman.
I like how this robot's just chilling. He was in there just bobbing his head. Ah!
I love how their eyes fucking glow when you scrimble them.
It's like, oh my god, I didn't expect that!
You okay? Why is Scoop piloting the robot that's piloting the robot?
I don't know, that's just where my voice went.
Elena, you know when you drop a ring to the left, you can like land on the ground, quickly charge a spin dash, and let go at the right time to go and collect the ring before it goes off screen?
I didn't know that.
Also, you know you have a glide move, right? Which is like probably a good thing for getting.
Yeah, but
in
you
on
told me not to use it on other bosses because I was
scrambling myself with them. You.
Yeah, so I just figured I wasn't supposed to use it.
Elena, okay, maybe you should take into account its properties and then make educated choices in the moment.
I've been grandma'd. The fingers grandma'd me.
What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck do you mean grandma'd? Do grandmas like suplex their children often?
They gave me a hug even though I didn't want one.
I mean, that is a
That's me retroactively trying to. That's just me retroactively trying to justify why I said that. Because I didn't know. That word just came into my head and I said it.
Maybe she means like grandma from Nia. Elfie Face says.
No, I don't know what I meant. I just said it.
Sometimes Elena just says things.
Because I thought I was gonna say grab, and then I was trying to make it weird and say like grumbled or something, and then I just decided to say grandma because that sounded similar.
Grumbled. I wish you'd gone halfway and just said grobmard.
Grand mold. Why am I hitting this every time now? What happened to me being able to... There. Okay, it's dead. Bye-bye. Get out of here.
You did it. You've disarmed Big Arm.
This Big Arm was easier than the previous incarnation.
No, it wasn't. It's the exact same.
Really? Well, then why was it so easy?
Because Knuckles has a lower jump, so he's more suited to this boss fight.
Oh. Well, the lower jump has made everything else harder.
Yeah, well, it made this easier.
Oh, I thought it could only do one or the other.
Grand Mole is just the old Udgan in the steppe. Is this tabletop nerd stuff I don't understand? I'm a very specific kind of nerd. I don't know other nerd things.
I still need 2 more emeralds.
Emeralds. Elena, do you remember when you said you weren't going to go in here?
I did?
Yeah, you said I'm not going to go in here because I have all the chaos. Because if I just get chaos emeralds, then I only end up having to do half as many special stages.
Well, I didn't know this was going to be this.
It was this last time. Wait, 1 second. How did you get here again?
I just went in a ring.
Yeah.
I was just expecting more blue spheres. Wasn't
expecting
that.
Is it the ring at the beginning of the beginning of Mushroom Hill Zone that you know takes you here because it did last time?
I thought that was a different one. Remember, because you had to like go backwards. Like a little door opens up and you go in there. This one, I just walked forward and I just ended up here. Wasn't even trying. I just went here. I was like, oh, I guess there's a ring right as I'm hitting it and going here.
That's fair, Shan. You're allowed to be confused. Oh, Final Fantasy. I haven't really played any Final Fantasies. I've played a Bravely. I'm like a tenth of the way through the first Bravely Default, which is Final Fantasy adjacent.
I've never played any Final Fantasy games because I know I would hate it.
I did almost say Pumpkin Hill.
I own the original Final Fantasy, and I own one of the Super NES Final Fantasies. I don't remember which one it is. It's like 9 or something. No, not 9. I think 5? Something like that.
Hey, Elena.
9 was PlayStation.
Hey,
Yes.
Elena. Can we jam out to Pumpkin Hill after this?
I've watched playthroughs of several Final Fantasy games now and enjoyed watching them, but I knew I would hate playing them, so I was glad I could just watch them. Because the stories were interesting, and the characters were interesting. But I never ever want to play it. I've seen Final Fantasy IX. Actually, that's it. I watched a little bit of the Final Fantasy VII remake. I'm thinking about.
Speak it. Go on. You go.
I'm thinking about. I also watched Chrono Trigger and something else. I don't remember what other RPG I've watched.
I think the jank in old JRPGs is like really interesting because like if old platformers, right? It's like the glitches in those are things like, oh, you can clip out of bounds, or oh, you can accidentally do a wrong warp and end up in a glitched version of a level or something. But then, like, in JRPGs, it's literally like, yeah, this spell that's supposed to increase your defense literally puts it to 0. It's like so, like in the first gen of Pokemon and early Final Fantasy,
Pokemon
so
really
many things. Yeah, so many things either are supposed to do nothing and do everything, or are supposed to do everything and do nothing. It's wild because you'd think that a game about numbers would be like easier to make reliably than a game about physical space. Because physical space.
Why can't I jump on you? There.
Because if you make a game about physical space, like a platformer, you are creating a world with numbers, right? If you create a JRPG battle system, you're creating numbers with numbers. You'd think there'd be less room for error.
Debugging invisible numbers is a lot harder. Yeah, that's why I have a lot of extra like visible numbers for zombie mode and Pizza Time Explosion while I'm working on it.
Yeah, you're right. Like, basically, yeah, that makes sense. Because I'm talking about how easy it'd be to make mistakes in the first place, but I guess it's just easier not to catch them.
Because there's a lot of invisible things that are going on there, and I need to make them visible in some way. I guess you have so many numbers that you're keeping track of with an RPG that you run out of space to keep track of all of them. Especially on old games like that where you have limited screen space.
Also, you gotta keep in mind as well.
It reminds me of when I was playing Secret of Mana. There were parts in that game where I became very acutely aware that all I was doing was pressing buttons and making numbers go up. And like, and I was like, well, all games are that, but most games do a better job at masking that fact. Like I don't usually become aware of it while I'm playing the game.
I did a thread yesterday talking about how I don't like certain American writing styles. And it's because some of them end up becoming the story version of that. Like, a character will literally say something, and you can guess their entire arc for the episode. And it'll be like, it's like, okay, so I remember one time I was watching an episode of the new A.I.R, right? Maybe? Yeah, well, no, it's not just that. It's like, it's okay to use structures in your story. But, like, I was watching this one episode of A.I.R, right? And A.I.R is fighting, or some character was fighting, right? And they seemed happy. They seemed happy when they beat a robot or something, right? And I said, "Look, they wouldn't make this character enjoy beating the robot unless there was going to be a micro arc about them getting too bloodthirsty in battle. And I was right! That was the arc of the fucking episode! I guessed it, just because of how somebody yelled as they hit a robot.
No, see, I'm not smart enough. I would never have picked up on anything like that. These shows are made for people like me who don't see these things. Who don't
have
notice.
a good time, Shan. Have
Goodbye,
a good wherever
Shan.
you're going.
Why did I die? I think I recall dying like that
Because there's fire!
last time. I don't think of it as like an actual thing though, it just looks like... I don't know. I don't assume that's like real fire. Which is, I think, is exactly what I said last time, and I haven't learned my lesson.
Elena, this game has... What about Big Arm? Big Arm has real fire and real spikes, and those things you have to avoid.
I didn't notice it had fire. I noticed the spikes.
You don't... It's rocket thrust. It's hotter than real fire. Elena.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking spun-bust you in a minute. It will be loving, but it will be a spun-busting.
Oh.
And you will be spun-bust.
Like, the axe doesn't hurt me. So I thought that that was just... I don't know.
Does it ever fuck you off to think that thing just have a can for a head?
But yeah, in Secret of Mana, the reason why I got that way with it was because of how grinding in that game worked.
Mm-hmm.
Where you just sort of do the same thing over and over and little numbers pop up telling you what you've done. And it's like, gee, I'm just pressing numbers over and over and over and over and making numbers go up.
Elfie points out the axe is also not being swung at you.
Yeah, well, it's being like swung through the air and looked like it should pass through me at some point.
That's
but
fair.
It didn't.
I don't know. I feel like also if this was a 3D scene, the axe would be coming partially towards the screen.
Exactly.
But the fire is on the same. The fire is at the same, you know, distance from the screen you are.
Oh. Well, I went through a secret hole, but there was no ring.
Elena, can you just tweet that out of context?
What?
I went through a secret hole, but there was no ring.
Well, I went through a secret hole, but there was no ring.
Oh.
I'm stuck.
You're stuck, honey? You're stuck?
Yeah. I got unstuck.
Bum bum. Ba-da 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 bum ba-da bum bum.
Whoa.
I've got the fucking Pumpkin Hill theme stuck in my head, Elena. It's great.
I don't remember that theme.
Stuck after going through the secret hole. I love how... No! We're writing an entire fucking story with out of context quotes.
I didn't find a ring. I didn't find a ring in the secret hole, but I got stuck.
Sounds like a fun-ass adventure.
A whole adventure.
Okay, you know what? You know what? That's awful wordplay. I don't like it. I don't like the wordplay, Elena. It's bad. I can't believe you've done this.
I'll play with your words.
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know.
Honestly, Knuckles only wants to go through the ring for his jewels. I'm
very confused by this area.
Now I've been trained to interpret everything as an innuendo, and I don't know if that works as one.
There.
Oh yeah, it does. Never mind. Yeah, it does. Fuck. For a second I wasn't sure, but yeah, I guess it does.
Lots of loop-de-loops on this stage.
Oh my god, Elena, have you seen that comic on Twitter? That's like, it's like Rouge the Bat on the phone with Knuckles, and she's like, so
Uncles.
how big are you? And he's like,
oh yeah, you showed me that one.
3'7". No, I mean, how big are you in bed? 3'7", but sideways.
Well, he was like 3'7" but sideways? Like he was really confused by the question.
Yeah, I love the headcanon that those two have, like, a sexual tension, but it's never gonna go anywhere because Knuckles has lived on his own on an island his entire life, and he doesn't know anything. Oh. Clueless, clueless innocent Knuckles is a good headcanon.
It's just a one-sided thing, you mean?
No, one side. No, I like to imagine they both are into each other. It's just Knuckles doesn't know he is. He can't process the feelings.
Wow,
it's like,
it just it just hits me instantly.
Yeah, it really does. Because you stand like right next to it.
Well, yeah. How am I supposed to know that's where it's gonna show up? I hit that thing. I don't know if something's about to pop out of the ground.
This robot looks like a hollowed-out blue pear, which isn't really anything because those aren't a thing that exists. Hollowed-out blue pears. I'm just saying, it looks like that. It also has like vaguely like Dragon Ball machinery energy to it. It's like a big.
It's dummy thick.
You know, I guess that sums it up better than anything I was gonna say. I do love a good 3D segment in a 2D game.
It's a dump truck robot.
Elfie Face says, "You can really say things went pear-shaped for that egg bot."
What? Did you say it like that?
Wait, what do you mean? Why did I say it like that?
I'm so confused.
I said it in the tone of voice I would say a pun.
Oh. It sounded like you were like being musical. You were recording something I didn't know.
No, I'm not being musical. I can't sing.
Sure you could.
I can't music. Nah, I can't. Literally impossible.
Sing a song.
Oh, Lena. Did I ever mention that I enjoy our time together?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, I didn't understand that area very well. Evidently.
Elena, why did you do that?
I don't know.
You just jump.
Yeah, I just
off of
jumped.
Everything.
Yeah, because I'm trying to go.
Elena, please. Now the saga of Eggman dealing with two idiots fucking up his mobile home.
And both of them are me, actually.
I think she's talking about us too, as if we're both here. Like if it was
I thought you meant Sonic and then Knuckles.
Oh yeah, maybe you're right actually. Yeah, maybe you're right. Oh, Knuckles and Eggbot. Okay, that makes more sense.
Oh.
Also, Elena, I'm begging you, please.
I guess because Tails was here too.
I'm begging you, Elena, don't just jump up like over the pit and then glide and hope it works out, please.
I don't know any other way to do it.
You don't. This is the exact same level Sonic went through. You don't even need to glide.
There too.
Yeah, but you got through it. Okay, Knuckles and the Eggbot makes sense. I still like to imagine a hypothetical scenario where me and Elena are just on the fucking flying battery.
Here's
zone.
an animatic for you. You remember you wanted to do animatics?
Yeah, I want to do animatics. That'd be really cool. Oh my god, Elena. Do you know those anime? Okay, don't name the YouTuber because I don't want to name and shame. But you know those shorts I've been sending you? The ones
name
that
and
like.
no.
Oh, you're word playing. Or you're spoonerisming? You're doing something.
Name and scream.
Nem and scrim. But you know those video shorts I've been sending you from that one animator who makes like really mediocre animations of him and his girlfriend, like really mediocre.
Yeah. And then we went to the Twitter account, and like every reply he has is just like trolling him. And it's always just like one comment.
Yeah.
And and it's just somebody like, what's the word? Giving him the business.
Okay, Elena, you're making me feel like I'm punching down now, even though this person probably earns money from their YouTube, and I'm actually punching sideways.
No, I thought it was funny. I'm saying this because I think it's hilarious.
I mean, it is pretty funny. My point is though, like, oh my god, like if that person does like shorts on YouTube, like animatics, then we absolutely should, because I feel like we have like kind of a million times more the dynamic. God, it's just fucking wild though, because like you only make so there's like 3 channels, right? He has a channel which has most of the videos on it.
Yeah.
His girlfriend has a channel which has no videos on it, and then they have a group channel, and the icon is him being flattened against the screen by a huge tits, and like.
And also that it hasn't posted in a year, because I was trying to find them and then I found that one. I was like, oh, there's been no videos for a year.
Yeah, and it's like the videos on, but the weird thing is the videos on.
Why can't I get through this?
The wild thing is the videos
you need to
on
learn
that.
how to jump.
No, maybe you need to learn how to platform on, like that.
He doesn't jump far enough. Also, hold on, let me put the stream announcement out again.
Elena, don't stand! Oh, fuck. With stream delay, I thought you were going to stand in the thing that was going to crush you. And I was like, Elena,
I don't stand in crushers.
You did...
Think I don't know what I'm doing?
I mean, like, there's a distinct chance you don't know what you're doing. There's a distinct chance.
Because I liked doing, oh my god! I liked doing highlight videos of my streams, but I ran out of energy for editing those after a couple times.
Elfie Face says no comment, and I...
So if I want to have more things like that for the channel again, I have to get somebody who's willing to do those kind of things for me.
Elena, I hope you know I love you dearly. And,
sometimes I wonder why.
Wait, no, that's not good. You should know that it's because you're good. And fantastic. And the fact that you suck as playing at Knuckles would never change that.
Oh.
Hey, if it's a consolation, I experience life the same way you experience video games.
Oh.
She's a puppy. She is a puppy. And she's gonna get the pets.
I don't want to go over there. I'm gonna get spunbusted. But the game's making me.
You don't have to go up here, you know.
I got an extra life. Oh, I thought this was the way to go.
No, it isn't.
Oh, well, because this keeps just sending me backwards. Oh, you can keep going past it.
Well, that's a trap. It's a trap to stop you from just going left.
Well, I didn't assume that, because there was a solid wall there.
Well, I mean, where else would
the game, go? You just have to guess that a wall isn't solid in Sonic, I guess.
Well, I mean, there's nowhere else to go.
Yeah, well, it looks like a dead end, so I don't even think to go there.
Well, once you've exhausted everything else...
Banging your head on the walls is the next choice?
Yeah, pretty much. I think
and you make fun of me for doing that most of the time.
Yeah, well, this time you're just supposed to.
Well, this is a double standard.
It's not a double standard! It gives you a room where there's no obvious way out, so you have to make a leap of faith. This is not some fucking
you have to make a sleep of wraith.
Sin. A sleep of wraith?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck does that mean? What are you on?
There's another strange game title for me. Sleep of Wraith.
Oh yeah, Elena, can I just reveal to chat your secret for coming up with game ideas?
What?
Wait. I'm asking whether I can or not. You should
What's
know what it is.
secret?
You told me. You just fucking make
well,
up a name.
Oh yeah.
You just make up a title, and then you find a load of mechanics to justify it, which is incredible.
And then well, actually, I don't even start with mechanics. I start with like, what is the premise of this game?
It's like Pizza Time Explosion, if I remember correctly, was literally just you mixing up the names of two different games. It's amazing because, like, when I make games, like, I never finish anything I make. But everything I make is like a hypothetical first entry in a long series, and has a huge established lore and a load of things I'm trying to prove from a game design point of view, and statements
I come up with that after the fact.
Statements I'm making, and then you're like,
because you know, one of my games that I'm still planning to finish at some point, Gray Area. I came up with the title first. I was like, oh, Gray Area sounds like it would be a cool title for a game. And then from there, I started coming up with it. I actually, just last night, I was just sort of like daydreaming, although I guess it's like, you'd say night dreaming. I wasn't sleeping, but I was awake and daydreaming about it. I came up with some new character design things for the main character of that. Because the main character in that was always like really simple. Because I did like the pixel art first, and then drew the character, and the pixel art was like really simple. But yeah, I thought of some new ideas for the character that I'd like to draw soon, I think.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, and then I start coming up with lore, like after I start like putting the game together and seeing what it looks like and like what things are in the game, and then I come up with what kind of a world is this. And like the worlds of my games, of course, are always kind of like sort of like odd and like sort of like cobbled together, but then I always make them cohesive in the end. And like as I've talked about before, I have sort of like a place I'm planning to go with these games. I have a finale in mind.
I think one thing that our work has in common is that they take place in... Well, okay, obviously my work doesn't actually exist because I never finish anything. Oh, that'll change though. It'll change. I'm gonna fucking work on this shit. Is that they both take place in like incredibly fucking weirdly varied, like trope-defying, like expanded universes.
Yeah. So I just like making places like that are sort of whimsical, but also feel like lived in, and like just feels like a real place, you know, despite being like sort of silly and whimsical.
Clearly, we should put our heads together and burn out at double the speed of each of us individually.
My one exception, or actually I have two exceptions of how I come up with games, is Super Climb Up I came up with because I wanted to make a game with a certain concept and then came up with the title and everything later. As opposed to starting with the title and then coming up with the concept.
Can I make a controversial opinion?
What?
If Knuckles is climbing up a wall and then it slopes into the ceiling, he should be able to climb on the ceiling. And then if it slopes down to a wall, he should be able to climb down that other wall, upside down. And then if he climbs
Knuckles only climbs vertically, Bis.
And then he climbs down that wall onto the floor, he should be able to...
Why do you keep doing this, Knuckles? Just climb up the corner! Oh, I guess he doesn't even need to.
He should be allowed to climb on the floor, thus crawling. It should be a secret strat. A secret technique.
Make Knuckles even slower than he usually is.
Oh, it could be. They could make it useful for one stage. Like there could be enemies that try and blow you or something.
He grips the floor.
Yeah, you can't do. He's gripping. You can't move him. And that could be a really cool secret.
Oh yeah.
Elena, be careful.
What? I didn't expect that.
You didn't expect the robot with a gun on it to shoot?
I didn't know it had a gun.
What the fuck?
I thought that was just like a beetle horn, because it looks like a beetle.
Elena, how long have you been in this stage? See you, space cowboy. Oh. I haven't actually watched that anime. I picked up some references from pop culture.
I've heard that reference before, but I have no idea what it's from.
It's from Cowboy Bebop.
Oh.
Hey, Elena.
Cowbop B-boy.
No! Don't you dare! No! Bad
Bop boy, cow... Bop.
I'm gonna bap you on the head with a noose. I'm gonna bap you on the head with a noose papper in a minute.
Gosh dang it.
Elena, gosh dang it.
Cow Bop boy.
No! Oh my god, okay, Elena, that's like... It's one of my favorite trope namers on TV tropes. Basically, as far as I know, right, okay, there are no characters named after the show, right? Like, it's not it's not like Thomas and Friends. That's just the name of the show, and then it stars other characters, right?
Yeah, like Super Climb Up.
Cowbell Boy Bop. But yeah, Basically, there's this trope on TV tropes that's named after an a caption on. That's named after a caption on like a newspaper, on an image of the show from a newspaper, right? Which is just a picture of some character from that show using a computer titled Cowboy Bebop at his computer.
What?
Cowboy Bebop at his computer.
Cowboy Bebop.
Which is just fucking great. Oh, fuck. And that's the trope name for Cowboy Bebop at his computer, which is a trope that you can see in things like, why can't Metroid crawl? Oh, Lane, you got crushed.
So many deaths that I have in Sonic are totally unexpected to me.
Elena, you've gone past the crusher and dodged it like 10 times. And
Yeah, that's why I didn't expect it. I didn't know that could happen. Never happened before.
Elena, you what? So you just never noticed the screw.
Wait, man, I didn't know that it could crush me. I never expect things to crush me in Sonic, for whatever reason. It's always an enigma to me when something crushes me.
Every game has crushing in it!
I know, but the things that crush me, I don't see them coming. Like, well, I guess I'm crushed.
It's the consistent things of solid hitboxes crush you. Like the screws!
Yeah, but sometimes I don't know, I expect that I'll get, like, bumped off and not crushed.
That
I don't know, or I can see the ceiling is coming or something.
Nothing bumps you in this entire game.
Also, that's why I didn't realize those things shoot, because I had a shield that deflects them. I just noticed it getting deflected.
Biss's ass is a new Sonic mechanic!
Also, you didn't get to see, but I was struggling with similar things in Sonic Rush last night. It was like a corkscrew that took me every time. It took me like a bunch of tries to manage to get through it.
I'm putting this in the group chat we have with Cassie and A.I.R.
Oh, the official squashed emote is coming soon. That's one of the ones I put in. So you can be ready for that at some point in the future. Oh, I think this is Knuckles. Well, that was interesting. Never saw that before.
What did you see?
The thing that grabbed me and like spun me around. It was different. Isn't this the last level?
No, it isn't. Elena.
I thought we like skipped a bunch of levels as Knuckles for some reason, and we're just already at the end.
What do you mean the last level?
Like, isn't this the last like zone?
What do you mean the last zone?
Isn't it?
Do you mean the one that was the last in Sonic Story?
Or the last act? Yeah, zone. Zone.
So the last one in Sonic Story was a space station in space, right?
Isn't that what this is? Aren't we there?
Elena. Elena!
Cassie's here and saying, let me in.
No, I'm not letting Cassie out, trust her. I have a feeling she's come just to make. I have a feeling she's probably come just to make a rant about a fucking crush mechanics. Just a hunt. And this is a positive space.
Except for when you're talking about me. And criticizing
what?
how I play this.
I am positive about you. I am positive about
Cassie's calling us.
We can't
so the calling sound is on the stream.
We can't try strong arm us. We're not answering.
Strong armed by the baby.
We're not being strong armed by the baby with a little chubby baby arm. Okay, let's let her on. Let's see what she wants to say.
Okay.
Okay, Cassie,
Hi.
what do you want?
Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Oh, hi.
What are you doing here? What's up?
I just wanted to hang out.
Oh, okay, if you're just here to hang out, let's chill. How you doing?
And also
okay,
say
see?
that one time, you know those yellow things that bump you sideways in Sonic?
What do you mean yellow things that bump you sideways?
The little springs?
The
Yellow
yellow
springs?
bumpy things that Elena was just on?
Just on?
Like, yeah, they're yellow and bumpy, and they like bump you sideways.
Do you mean
They're
they
on the
bump you
walls.
left? Oh, left or right? They're springs. Yeah, springs.
Yeah.
The yellow
wait,
springs.
what?
Yellow
No.
springs. Yeah. What are they then?
No,
Oh,
they're-
oh no, in the gumball machine. In the gumball machine. I know.
Oh, those little bumpers. Oh, in the bonus stage.
I think.
Are they the ones that
They kind of look like wedges.
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah,
is.
on the bonus stage.
Yeah,
The
one
little gummy
time
things.
I was playing. I don't know which Sonic it was. It was 1, 2, or 3. And I got caught in
What
an
this robot
area
is like
with
dressed
those
up like
bumpies,
Eggman.
and I couldn't leave. Like they were just bumping me back and forth between them, and like I couldn't do anything.
I think I
Sounds like
I
a
think
glitch.
I know the exact. I think I know. No, it's not a glitch. It's a very specific area. You can get that done. I had it
Oh.
happen once.
It is highly unfortunate.
Yeah, it only happens. If you spin dash jump in a specific place. Because in the classic games up till Mania, when you jump out of a spin dash, you don't get air control immediately.
Did you know I've never
and-
played as
and-
Knuckles in a 2D Sonic game before? This is my first time.
Wow,
I just realized.
it's your virginity removed. But yeah, you can end up
So
getting stuck.
does that
Wow.
help you appreciate that every time I play Sonic, everything goes wrong?
Yeah, that really does sound like everything's going wrong. Elena, be
Chris, I
careful.
don't know how to fight this boss. The fire never stops. And I've been trained
There's a
now
time
to,
limit
to
though,
avoid
right?
touching fire.
Oh yeah, there
there's
is a time
fi-
limit.
Yeah, there's a time limit.
Yeah, I think I had to wait that out.
That's quite unfortunate. I think I'd do the same at the time. Actually, I might have just restarted from the beginning.
Wow.
Because I tend to just like, I don't know. I don't know. I think because I find those games kind of easy, I probably wouldn't have seen much point in not starting over from the beginning.
Makes sense.
But yeah, that's like Metropolis Zone, I think. Yeah. Because Metropolis Zone is one of the few levels that has those that isn't a bonus stage in Sonic 3.
Rest in peace.
That didn't go very well.
Oh yeah!
Which Sonic game was it?
Sonic 2.
Oh, yeah, I bet it was.
Okay,
I
so
don't think it was the first one.
Oh yeah, Elfie's pointing something out here, right? Okay, originally, this one boss was still Eggman, right? Not the Egg Robo. Okay, so people in the fandom assumed that was because it had its own sprite and they didn't want to make a new sprite for Egg Robo. Look, facing the camera. That being the case, A.I.R and a couple other ROM hacks tend to edit it so it is the Egg Robo still, but there's still technically a change to the text and potentially a change to canon.
They just assume it was a mistake.
Yeah, they just assume it was an oversight.
Right, because it doesn't make a lot of sense.
I mean, you could argue maybe it's like, well, maybe you could
Eggman
argue
just lives here.
Yeah, maybe Eggman just lives here at the minute, on the flying battery. Also, Elena, what's that stuff in the background at the minute?
Clouds?
Yeah, where do you find clouds?
Outer space?
Are you the Super Mario Galaxy 2 head dev?
Yeah. Also, Cassie, now that you're here, I wanted to mention somebody complimented the thumbnail that I did for our VVVVVV stream.
Yay!
You wanna know who else complimented it?
Cassie.
No, Cassie made it.
Well, she had the idea.
Oh well.
I
You all know who else? You know who else complimented the idea?
Who?
What?
Me.
Oh.
Hooray!
This boss
Yeah,
is too
I
hard,
really
Biz.
wanted that to happen.
I don't even.
so
This
I'm
is
glad
another
it
boss
did.
I have no memory of. I don't remember this flame head thing.
Elena, I swear to God, you have the memory of a goldfish. If a goldfish was this big, and I just held my arms out. But I'm a fairy, so when I hold my arms out, it's smaller than a normal goldfish. So they have even less memory.
The memory of a Stegosaurus. Well, it's because I think these bosses are harder for me as Knuckles for some reason, because I go back and watch the footage and I like just breeze through them as Sonic and like didn't even think about it when I beat them. And this, when doing them as Knuckles, I have to really think about it for some reason.
I swear to God, like you just somehow the experience of being Knuckles brimbusses you. And I don't know even exactly why all the time.
Maybe it's just because I don't like Knuckles. I'm not a fan of Knuckles.
I mean, like, I don't know, he's a good boy. He's nice. That's fair if you don't like him, though. You're allowed not to like Knuckles.
Is he a kind young man?
Also, he sparkles like he's made out of soda.
He's a fine.
He has Legos on his shoes.
He has Legos on his shoes.
True.
Oh, you don't know?
This is my favorite stage in this game.
You want to argue about Knuckles? Bring it on.
I really like the deserts. I just tend to like desert stages in general.
And
this is a good one.
He only grinned when he set Sonic back because he was convinced that Sonic was evil. Wouldn't you grin if you turned on a fan and Donald Trump flew away? You'd grin.
So that's who he thinks Sonic is?
Yes.
Dylan Dump.
Eggman told him that's who Sonic is.
Oh my fucking God.
The cold, wet slab.
Elena, do not spoil the images. Can I get that image and can you put it on stream?
I guess. I guess I can't say no considering you made the image.
Oh, because his toupee would go first.
Whenever I see that word written, I just think toop. Oh, these are the bumpers you were talking about, right, Cassie? Up sand.
Okay.
You've heard of like upload, right? It's like that, but it's sand.
Up sand.
That's how took is pronounced.
Those things, the yellow bumpies.
Yeah.
That Elena's bumping on right now.
These ones break after you bump them. So you couldn't have that issue you were talking about.
Good.
I would get on well in Canada.
Why is this?
The last time I heard the word toque was when I was watching Vinesauce play RimWorld, and one of the missions that he was given by like another colony was to make, I think it was like 37 toques.
I've sent you the image, Elena, when you want to show it.
The hat.
Oh.
I heard my mom just say that here we call them beanies. If you know what a beanie is, that's the same thing.
I have a beanie.
Can I ask you all a question?
Beanie baby? Yes, Bis?
Yeah.
Would you all want to go and hang out in Canada sometime?
Just a random place.
Sure.
I think you can just drive into Canada for the day in America. I think it's not a problem.
You want to just go out into like the far north?
Wait, are you serious?
Frozen wilderness.
About us all hanging in Canada?
I think it'd be pretty cool because Canada is like closer to you.
Well, I know.
But also,
Shiny,
it's not a hellhole.
Shiny just goes on driving trips to the
This is such a bizarre thing for you to say because, like, what?
Oh,
so you mean like?
Don't.
What? This is so random.
Well,
you're saying this so casually as if we're all like just right next to, well, okay, we're right next to Canada, but you're not.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, right? Okay, is at some point I want to visit all of you, right?
Yeah.
But America is a dangerous place. You just go to Canada. And also, I get to like take back a load of bags of maple sweets with me when I go home.
I think, if I recall correctly, I think if I recall correctly, you still need a passport because Shiny, when she has gone on driving trips to the U.S., has needed a passport.
Mm.
So there's
well,
some
you
sort
can
of
just-
there's some sort of
Well,
like rule.
We'll just get a passport then, forehead. I've got
It's
a
not as
passport.
I
simple
might
as
feel
just
uncomfortable
driving.
being so far away from any of our homes.
What was it, Cassie?
I might feel uncomfortable being so far away from any of our homes.
Okay, that's fair then. We'll figure something out one day at some point, somehow,
But
some way.
maybe not. Who knows?
What?
Like, if plans are in the cards, I'll definitely want to do it.
I think I might end up in... Is it Chicago at some point one day? As well?
Chicago.
Is that... Wait, what's... Okay, so it's like a West Coast, right? Okay, it's a state. There's a big city that's famous. I
Seattle?
don't know if it's Chicago... No. That's
That's on
East
the West
Coast.
Coast. No, Seattle's on the West Coast over
No,
here.
Seattle's on the East Coast.
What are you talking
Oh,
about?
wait. Oh, I got West and East mixed up, sorry. Anyway, so it's a state on the East Coast with like a big city in it. What's the big city?
New York?
It's not New York. It's like probably Chicago or something.
Chicago
or Boston.
is
Boston,
Illinois.
maybe. It might
Boston,
be Boston.
Massachusetts?
Yeah, it might be Boston, Massachusetts. I might be going there at some point because there's a lot of people I know, and that's apparently a convenient place.
Chicago is not on either coast, really. It's kind of more towards the middle.
Oh. Okay, it's definitely Boston then. You know, one time, somebody literally just, like, at one time there was somebody who was literally trying to convince me to go live with them in Boston.
Oh yeah, you've told me about that.
And their argument was just, I want you to, pretty much. That was most
This
of
bus is
everything.
pretty easy.
And, like, I respect them for just asking. Wait, what did Liz do in this fight?
Come on, wake up, buddy.
Did she just stand on the edge of the river and not give a shit?
Am I
Elena,
pushing him the wrong way? I just realized.
Elena,
I thought there was pits on both sides.
Elena, do me a favor. Okay, do me a favor. Just leave the boss. Just leave the boss. Just go to the left. Go
Yeah.
to the left. Go to the left. No, go to the.
I
Go
gotta
to the
make
left.
sure he's coming.
No, he won't despawn. Just stand on the edge of the river.
Well, I didn't think he was gonna despawn. I just thought maybe he was gonna stop coming.
No, he's
I
gonna
don't
come.
even see a river.
It's a sand river.
This river, as it's known.
Just stand on the exact edge of the sand river.
Oh my god, he's going to kill me. Uh-oh. This was a terrible idea. Why did you make me do this?
You desynced him because you pushed him away.
There.
Why are you spin dashing?
So I could get out of the way.
Oh, that's genius. Actually, never mind. For a second, I thought you were just.
We
gonna
didn't
hit
even
in
see
the
him
feet.
die. He died off screen.
Oh god, he died.
Couldn't even,
what,
couldn't
you
even
can
have
just
an on-screen
stand
death.
Yeah, you can
Apparently.
stand there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa, as he fades in. What the heck
Yeah,
was
in
that?
chat-
He goes through
Yeah,
like
in
another dimension to go through that door.
Yeah, in chat, that's what Elf
Oh,
Faye
here's
was
the cute
alluding
little
to.
ghosts.
Liz did that
What?
fight literally just by standing at the edge. I'll be careful on these ghosts.
Why did it get so dark? Like immediately? It seems
Because-
unusual.
Because the Knuckles playthrough takes place after the Sonic playthrough.
Well, I mean,
So
this
when
time
you
it
enter-
spawned in with the lights on.
Well, yeah, because when you die, it respawns you have the lights on for the sake of ease.
Well, why didn't it spawn me with the lights on for the sake of ease to begin with?
No, because it's trying to convey that this happens after the Sonic playthrough, so the ghosts and the
A light
darkness
is a
are
light.
already
You
in
can't
place.
say it's only a half.
Oh my fucking god, Elena. I swear to god, all this trouble just because you just couldn't press the light switch before getting killed.
Exactly.
No! There's no exactly there.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have thought about it.
Like, they're balanced.
Knuckles looks way more fun to play as, because he doesn't go ungodly fast, does he?
Except for I'm like extremely struggling with him. I'm struggling with him worse than I struggle with Sonic. Can't get out of here. Look at the look on his face, by the way. Are you seeing this? Okay, I got out.
Bonk. Puts
When
it
he
to sad.
slides.
Booyah. Oh my
It's super bizarre when he slides, because he's barely touching the ground.
I love the slide animation because he's looking at it like he's going, gulp.
Also, he definitely
Like
doesn't
he's
look like a.
Bowie
He looks
about
like
to be ran over by a train.
He looks like a
Gone.
weird rat in that pose.
What?
A weird red rat.
Is the rat.
Knuckles would fucking be very, very upset if he heard you say that. He'd be like, "That's no way to speak to somebody." Why
It's like when you,
doing
it's like when you push my bunny's ears back, and I say that he looks like a muskrat.
Does he get insulted?
You cover up his ears, he looks like a muskrat. And then you look at a picture of a muskrat, and it doesn't look anything like the rabbit whatsoever. So I don't know why that's the thought that always comes into my head is muskrat.
Elfie face says, "Poor bunny can't
Poor
punch
bunny
you for
can't
it."
punch you for it.
My favorite. Okay, can I just say that my favorite fucking line? Okay, so even if it's
Wow, I
again,
really
okay,
screwed
so
myself here.
one of my favorite things to do
Screwed
with
myself
Knuckles'
up.
theme
Ah!
in Sonic Adventure, right?
Is that like a little
Is that-
face on this rock, by the way? It looks like a nose.
I think it's supposed to be.
Weird.
What was it? Oh yeah. So I
Oh,
said
now
one of my
what?
favorite things. One of my favorite things. Oh yeah,
How
there's a switch you got pressed to open the door.
Where?
Hey, wait a minute. Why is this
Oh,
in
here.
widescreen?
Oh, because
Sonic
this
3
is Sonic
Air.
3 Air. It's a fan program that's like a custom emulator designed to make this one game widescreen,
Oh,
and also
sweet.
has some other things. Yeah. You have to have Sonic 3 on Steam to play it though, because they can't distribute the ROM, so it uses your Steam's ROM.
Makes sense.
Basically like a mod.
What was I about to say? Fuck! I was gonna say one of my favorite things about Knuckles' theme in Sonic Adventure is there's a line that says, I knock them down whether they're solid or frail," which always gives me the mental image of Knuckles just assaulting someone's grandma.
Oh, there's the grandma topic
that's what I
again.
was thinking. I'm like, Knuckles, why?
Remember when I said the boss grandma'd me? I got grandma'd by the boss, and I didn't even know what that meant.
Hey, what does
Hi,
grandma
Brihad.
mean? What does getting grandma mean?
I don't know. I just said it, and I didn't know what that means.
Yeah. Okay. So this boss came right. Okay. Extended its arms out, grabbed Elena in its arms, and then slammed her on the ground. And she was like, "I just got grandma'd." And I was like, "What?" Knuckles would totally boast about that, then get pulled away by the ear by
Oh,
Tikal. Aww. Wait,
You can't
I got
does
the
Knuckles
escape
have
me now.
ears? What was that, Cassie?
You can't escape me now. That I've been trying to ask you.
Yeah.
You said you wanted us to do like animatics of.
I kept
Oh, we were
forgetting
talking
to
about that
answer.
earlier.
Yeah, I kept forgetting to answer that. I'm sorry, Cassie. Well, I mean, like, I feel like it's one of those things where it's like occasionally things will just happen on
Wow, look
on
at him
stream,
strolling.
and I'll just think it'd be funny.
He doesn't have
Like,
a pushing animation. He just
Like-
strolls up against it.
It's one of those things where it's like it's hard to like come up with examples off the top of my head, but there's been a load of times where I've thought, "Oh, this would make a good animatic." I will be honest. The main one that's in my head right now is that one time we opened a stream with the
I was like,
Mr.
no.
Plant with the that's one. There's also the Mr. Krabs urethra bit where we talk about F3 for fan E3 for fan games. I like to imagine that we could probably take
It was on a
random
Mario
voice
Maker
clips.
stream.
I feel like we could take random voice clips and assemble a scenario about Blue Sphere, because that's a fun distinction between me, you, and Cassie. Our feelings on the Blue Spheres. Like, it's
it looks
almost
like,
part
it
of our
looks, oh, those look like poop coming out of a hole.
No! No! Elena, no. Bad. Bad, Elena.
With that lighting, it looked like poop
Elena,
logs
Elena,
coming out of
Elena,
there.
you know you missed a thing. Never mind, it doesn't matter.
What?
You missed a thing.
I didn't miss anything that I could see.
Yeah, you did miss a thing.
Get up there, Knuckles! He won't climb on that wall.
A thing that might be well, it's not a wall, it's an object.
He won't climb on it anyway,
Yeah, well,
and it's bugging me.
that makes sense. It's not a wall, it's an object.
You're not a wall, you're an object.
No!
Knuckles would never climb on you.
I'm really excited to do those animatics.
Oh, they're gonna
That
be
could be an
fucking
animatic.
grand, yeah. That could be an animatic. Yo, Elena, why are you being rude to me on this, the day of my daughter's wedding? Elena, you know that you're not doing this the proper way, right? Like, you missed a thing.
I'm doing it the proper way.
You want? Okay, you can try doing this.
I'm doing it
run.
the rat way. The way of the red rat.
Oh, you're just trying to get the fucking items. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, why would they
Elena,
have those springs there to mess you up if this wasn't the right way?
Elena is a gamer, maybe because there's supposed to be a floor at level with
There.
those springs.
I did it.
She's doing. Elfie Faye replies she's doing it the 10-minute timeout way. Ooh, fucking owned, Elena. You're owned now, honey.
No.
You're owned.
I know how to play video games.
You're fucking owned, honey. I love how you did all that, partially for a speed chew. Just so you could, like, not use it.
Why didn't I just saw there was rings over there?
Okay, it's fair.
There we go.
Elaine, I love you.
Yay.
Oh, you want to know
For
a
some
pet
reason.
peeve of mine about animations of things from like streams and stuff?
Yeah.
What?
I feel like a lot of the time they're like over animated.
I can see what you
Over-animated?
mean.
Like,
Like, too much
I feel like a lot of the time they try to put in like too much, and it gets like really confusing to watch. If
My
that makes sense.
favorites. My
Yeah,
favorites
I
are
think
the
I know what you
source. My favorites are the source filmmaker Vinesauce ones.
Is it okay? So here's a question, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Is it an issue of like if it was just like giving faces to the people speaking, that'd be good because it would help add to the like emotion of what they're saying. But instead, it's like a load of random sight gags and nonsense and cutaways.
Yeah, like I don't mean that all sight gags and
Yeah.
cutaways and nonsense are bad, but a lot of them are just like filled with them, and it's like
Yeah.
it's too much to follow sometimes.
You could do an
That's
animatic of just silly like deaths that I had in this game,
Oh, good luck
and
with
like
your
give me
groceries.
and like give me faces to go with it.
I think it would be a lot
You
more
know.
fun if we focused on the character animation for the most part.
Tell your groceries I said hi.
You could just put funny faces on me when I make weird noises when I have weird deaths in this game. That could be one.
I would love to just. I think my favorite thing would just be animating the nonsense you try and do in video games, but like putting up the comedy
that?
value. Yeah, like that.
Would it be Elena herself doing it, or the character?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Imagine Elena the Echidna. That'd be fucking great.
I want it to be Elena herself.
Elena
And I
herself.
glide like
And then
Knuckles.
at some point we need to just have a compilation of Elena getting squished by various things.
Oh my god.
Because we have that
Same.
emote coming.
That's the worst thing in Sonic. There's a lot of worse things in Sonic, and that's one of them.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like squishing and Elena are just like. So Elena gets squished in other games, though, right? Like squishing is almost
it's
just like.
often enough that I felt the emote was warranted because people post that all the time. Custom squished one.
Oh, honey, you're fucked now. You're fucked. The ghosts are gonna brimble you.
I will not if I brimble them first.
Elena, you're gonna get brimbled, and that's all because you're refusing to play this stage. Oh, you've done it! You've accidentally provoked the correct way of doing this.
Oh. Well, I
You've
didn't
been
need-
ignored.
Well,
You've
see,
been
but if I do it this way, I can't get the item.
Oh yeah! No! Well, yeah, but also you might finish the level before the time limit.
What?
Elaine, you got a 10-minute time limit, and before you were on 8 minutes, because you'd spent so much of it just trying to get that ring box and speed shoe.
Trying to get in your speed shoe. That's the speed shoe sound?
No, that's not the speed shoe. Oh my god, shoes that fucking ooh would be very upsetting.
Every time
Or
you
would
step.
they? Actually, I don't know. Would they be upsetting? Actually, I think I'd like shoes that ooh woo. It'd be nice to know. It'd be nice
upsetting.
to know. It'd be nice to know that my wearing of the shoes had been appreciated.
I'm a talking baby.
Yeah, you're a conversing infant.
Mm-hmm.
I am excited because Zombie Mode and Pizza Time Explosion has music now, thanks to Cassie.
Yeah.
It has its own music. And I programmed it very well because it only took like a minute to put it in. To edit all the programming needed.
Sick.
So I was proud of my programming for that.
Excited to play. When are you gonna send me a playable build?
As soon as I can manage to make one, I guess.
Elena, when you gonna send me a Playmobil?
I want to see if I can figure out how to add a beta branch for the game on Steam. So that you can just opt in to download, like, beta updates.
The Pizza Time beta.
So I know there's a way to do that. And I would like to be able to do that for beta testing purposes. So anybody who wants to like help test and already owns the game can just download the beta update.
Pliny.
What?
When you gonna download my beta?
You have a beta?
When you gonna download my beta?
Beta bis?
When you gonna download the BisATA? Only you can break through that wall. Okay, there you go. There you go. You did it. You did it.
How am I supposed to get over there fast enough?
I don't know. Figure it out.
Bis? No, I can't do these things by myself.
I don't know! This is a Knuckles
impossible. Oh, he
I'm
can
a
go up
biscuit.
farther. A biscuit?
Let's see if you can go up more.
Bis is the biscuit, actually.
I'm a biscuit.
Biscuit.
Oh, this is cool. I didn't know that this room existed.
What the
with
heck?
This sand puzzle.
But
Elena,
it still
wait,
doesn't work.
No, Elena, you see that rock over there with the nose?
Rocco?
Yeah, problem solve, honey.
Nose rock.
Oh god, it sounds like when you wind up a wind-up toy too far and it starts like clicking. Or like an engine has started jamming. Also, it despawned. I still can't get over there.
No, just push it all the way this time instead of
Why
like
would it-
1%.
Well, I wanted to be cheeky and like sneak through the door.
Well, maybe don't be cheeky.
Uh-oh. I don't like how slow this is. Means I'm gonna have to go a long way. And probably not make it because of these spikes.
Oh, Elena, you are funny.
Not as funny
this
as
is-
you.
This is one of the Knuckles-specific segments, which are usually quite hard compared to everything else. Because they're like, hey, yeah, people are probably gonna play a Sonic
Oops.
first anyway. Let's make Knuckles the hard one. Oh, it's this boss!
Let's make Knuckles a hardman.
It's the fist bump pyramid person words.
I'm struggling. Because of Knuckles' darn low jump height.
I have an idea, Elena, right?
What?
When it bounces you off, right? Like, wait until like the tiles that are covering it are gone, and then start a glide, and you'll probably move into it. Or it might not work.
Oh.
I don't know. It's worth a shot.
I've been trained from the beginning not to glide on bosses, because the
No,
first couple
I
were like,
told
don't
you.
glide.
I told you not to glide when it was the boss where you kept gliding into projectiles. Elena, I'm sorry. At some point, I need you just to like look at 3D space and try and figure out what's going on.
This is 2D space, Bis.
I mean 2D space. At some point, Elaine, you just need to look at 2D space and go, maybe I shouldn't use the move that when I land gives me like a cooldown when there's projectiles on the ground.
Yeah, well, I didn't know it worked like that at the time either.
But I explained it to you at the time, and you kept doing it. You kept
Yeah,
doing
because I
it.
didn't understand.
What do you mean?
It's Leaf Zone.
No, it's lava. It's lava. Oh, it's a portmanteau.
Leaf Zone.
How? Flattened Elena emote time.
Yeah, put your flattened emotes in chat.
Oh, I love you, honey.
I still want to do the sad Miyamoto emote, though. So I can say, let's get a sad Miyamoto in chat. I have a couple more slots left. You could put it in there. Hello, Red Mage. Dove?
Wait, which specific sad Miyamoto?
It's for the host.
Hello, Red Mage.
It's up to you. You could you could make a sad Miyamoto specifically to be an emote.
Would you want me to do one of those edits I've been doing?
Yeah.
Or the-
well, I mean, you
or
gotta
the-
you gotta edit it the same way.
Or the Mia Scrotos.
I don't know if anybody would get. Or wait. No, yeah, I don't know if anybody would get to use it because I think it would be fairly expensive of an emote. But I'd like to have it anyway.
Imagine spending
We could
so
always
much money.
move it someplace else in the future, but
Imagine spending so much money just to do sad Miyamotos.
just so that you can participate when I say give me a sad Miyamoto in the chat.
Oh my god! Imagine if we had a Cashmere
We got a sad
Miyamoto.
Miyamoto in chat, please.
Yeah.
You could do that every. You would do that every single time I did one of my famous Mario dunks.
A monk.
Honestly, your Mario.
How am I supposed to get
dunks
through
are
here?
getting me to, like, feel like I like Mario less, and I don't know how I feel about that.
What?
Well, I'm sorry about that. I guess I don't know. I mean, I've got you to appreciate some things more, so it's like the best giveth, the best taketh away.
The bis crunketh, the bis dunketh. That's
The
great.
best spunk.
I appreciate the ability to enjoy it somewhat unfair.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can.
What
like,
is this animation? I hadn't seen this
I
one
can-
before. Knuckles
I
is so
cannot-
extra. Look at him
Oh
go.
my God, yes. I
He's going
cannot
for
dunk Mario around you if you want.
Unless it's Mario Hoops 3.
I mean, it's probably got to be a trade-off though.
What do you mean?
you
I
can't
don't know,
dunk
I
on
don't-
blue spheres.
Yes. The reason Blue Sphere is equivalent to Mario is because Blue Sphere, as a single micro game, has as much value as the entire Mario franchise.
Wow.
I think I'm just sad because Mario is something I enjoy that's just simple good fun for me.
Oh.
And then, like, you put so much negative energy around it for me, and I'm just like, oh, this was simple good fun, but now it's bad.
This hasn't managed to make me like Mario any less.
Like, I'm sorry, I don't know. It's like I have
I
nothing.
guess negative energy just has a strong influence on me.
Okay, I think I'm fine putting away negative energy with certain things around you, if it's like a mutual thing,
Uh-huh.
because it
Oh,
does
secret
take
hole.
energy. It
Wait,
does
that
take
wasn't a
energy.
secret hole. Why are there secret holes that are just mandatory?
Well, you're in a Knuckles section, and they knew you were going to glide on that wall anyway.
Oh, I knew you were gonna crawl on my
Ass?
nose hair.
What?
Nothing.
What was that?
Nothing.
You're a goose hair?
No. Nose.
You said it was, and then you didn't say anything.
What?
You said it was, and then didn't say anything.
No, I said nose.
Oh, that's Wow, honey, you're really just determined to be a big road.
Yep.
I'm gonna kiss on his nose.
Yeah, let's keep Selena's notes.
Did that earlier today. Oh, it's this boss.
Oh yeah, don't you remember, Elena? I told you
This
that
is the one with the
boss was
projectiles I
foreshadowing.
can't see.
No, but Elena, I need you to acknowledge that this is
Foreshadowing
foreshadowing.
that it was gonna kill me in one hit instantly
No,
before
no,
I
it's the
get to even fight it.
It's the same hand as the final boss.
But it looks totally different.
It doesn't look no! It's
And
the
also,
exact
it
same.
and also it has spectacles.
Elena, it's just the same hand from the other angle. You're seeing the back of the hand rather than the palm. It's the exact same.
Tentacles.
The fingers look identical, Elena, please. I
Talk to the
beg
back
you.
of the hand because the front ain't listening.
No, Elena, it's the same hand.
I can barely see these projectiles. I
Yeah,
have to
the
like focus
projectiles
my
should have been
entire
blue.
body to manage to see those projectiles.
They really just should have made them blue, to be honest. That would
I have to
made
focus
more...
with my entire being to see those projectiles.
Focused girlfriend.
Yeah, she's the fuck girlfriend.
Also, why does it say KTE at the bottom left?
Knuckles the echidna.
Oh.
Because the thing is that it usually says Sonic or Tails there. Actually, with Tails, it might say MTP. I'm not sure. But like the point is that Knuckles wouldn't have fit in there. So
Miles
like
the Prower?
No, Miles Tails Prower. Tails in quotation marks. It's a nickname.
And then it says STP when it's Sonic.
I think you're supposed to hit the balls as well.
Oh. That would hurt.
No. Oh. 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 Oh.
But Knuckles doesn't jump that high is the problem.
No,
So
but they
I forgot
come up
about
and
that.
down. They when they're
Yeah, but
coming
then they're
down.
gonna squish me, right? Because things squish
won't.
you when they go in.
No,
like that.
no, because they're not. They don't have a solid hitbox, and they're not a platform.
Are you sure?
I am
They seem pretty
sure they
solid
are
when
not
I
a
hit them.
platform.
Oh, you don't have to hit them, Bis.
Oh, okay. They are not a platform.
Oh, I also found that
though.
little secret item.
Oh, you got an item. Good job. I'm proud of you.
You say good job, I just got lucky. Didn't
Good
do
job
anything.
good job on knocking the signpost somewhere else and having an item come out because of it.
Good job on Knuckles. Good job on being Knuckles!
If I
Thank
could say
you.
one thing, to the devs of this game, it'd be good job on Knuckles. You really just
Hey
brought it
Knuckles,
home
good job being Knuckles!
And he's like, thank you. It's a real nice thing for you to say to me.
Good job being Knuckles.
I
Why
love
am I like
Elfie.
shouting in this tone of voice?
I love the headcanon Elfie Faye has that like Tikal is like Knuckles' grandmother figure. It's really cute.
His brother.
You'd know who Tikal was, Elena, if you remembered anything
I remember
from games
Tikal.
you
Oh, it's
played.
Wiz.
Tikal was the secret identity of the little hint
Just
orb.
met Wiz, a good Animal Crossing friend.
Aw.
Yeah, Tikal is the secret identity of the hint orb.
The Horb, as it's known.
The secret identity.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't like the term
The
secret identity.
Why?
Yeah, because in Sonic Adventure 2 there's an orb, and the orb, it turns out, is actually the ghost of Tikal.
Oh, I didn't know it was a ghost. I thought she was just speaking through it telepathically or something.
Well, I mean, she's from 1,000 years
What?
ago.
That was going away!
What was I about to
It
say?
was
in my
going
head?
away!
What was
It
I about
wasn't
to
coming
say?
towards me.
like that's just kind of like a thing with crushed stuff in platforms in general. You can get that thing in like Super Mario World.
You can get it happening in
Bis.
your butt.
What?
My fan theory is that you farted.
It's
Fan
wrong.
theory?
I've decided suddenly that Death of the Author isn't real. The author is alive, and the author says they didn't fart.
You're the author of yourself?
Yes.
In a sense.
I am my own author.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was a solid wall, and I thought it was like a door I had to open by pressing a button, but it turned out it was just walk through it.
Welcome back. We were just talking about your Tikal knuckle grandmother, like headcanon / joke premise you do sometimes. It's really cute. Oh yeah, Elena's been squished a load of times, and then sometimes she's like not done things she should have done because she was worried about being squished.
Hi, cat.
Oh yeah, we won't say anything in depth about Elfie. I was just saying it was cute, and also I was talking about just Tikal in general. And then Elena needed to be told that Tikal's a ghost.
Oh yeah, you're the one who requested the Samus drawing from me, right, cat? Because that one ended up very successful.
I'm a spooky
So thank you for
ghost.
the suggestion on that.
I wish I still had the money to be one of your patrons. I would order an image like you wouldn't believe.
That's like my most successful drawing ever so far.
Aww. It is a really good Samus.
Thank you.
Can I make a statement, by the way?
What?
whenever somebody tries to... Okay, so...
Get out of here, Knuckles.
Okay, so I'm not mentioning this because of your drawing, because your drawing was good, Elena, right? But whenever somebody tweets about having made a Samus redesign, it's always awful. Because there's only two ways people
here's
go
a
about
unique
it.
take on Samus, and then it like looks just like every other character who's ever existed.
That one that everyone was mad about because they thought she looked too masked.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest, right? Okay, like that's less bad, right? That's like valid.
Oh, this area is much easier with this shield. I appreciate this.
I think my issue with them is that the thing is like either way, right? Okay, Samus redesigns tend to like. I think the thing is with Samus redesigns is I feel like they're always inherently saying something. And it's one of those. No, it's not a bad thing. It's just one of those things where it's like. Okay, so the one that's more masked, right? Okay, I respect the idea of a more masked Samus, right? Okay. It also just was like I think also it was just less interesting. It also just felt like a lot of other stuff that exists. I feel like the thing is...
I don't know, I thought it was a hell of a lot more interesting than...
more interesting than the other redesigns.
Beauty standards. Samus.
Like, okay, what I'm saying is, my point is that, like, Samus redesigns, it's like... Okay, so that one, that one's, like, mostly fine. I'm not complaining about that, right? But, like, most of them are, like, usually they either just, like, make something that looks kind of just more typical Western, and it looks a bit grittier and less colourful and interesting, or it's just like League of Legends big tit, and that's the only two.
I think mine was pretty good. I'm what?
What did you say, Cassie? Did you say Elena was League of Legends big tit?
Maybe.
Oh no.
Awkward Zombie is a good. Okay, so Awkward Zombie is a good Samus. I don't consider that a redesign. I just consider it the canon design drawn properly. It's just a good version of the actual Samus.
Also, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, speaking of Samus, apparently rumors of a new 2D Metroid game are happening again, because the original time when those rumors came out was around the same time when there was the rumors about a new Paper Mario game. And now the Paper Mario game has been shown, and also there was that Samus thing at the end of it. So people are like, maybe that other rumor about Metroid was real.
Wow, I can't believe they're finally releasing Metroid Dread.
Metroid Prime 4 isn't even out yet? Well, I feel like that's like a whole different thing. Like, I feel like, like a 2D Metroid is like a totally different thing.
I mean,
they'd be doing it at the same time.
They'd probably get this. They'd probably get the team that made that really mediocre Metroid 2 remake and ask them to do a new game.
People liked that one. I mean, I know you didn't, but...
Okay, my point. Okay, my thing is that's like. You go on.
I mean, I don't have much to say on this because I'm not really.
Wait, what was that?
So, a mediocre Metroid 2 remake.
Yeah.
Hold on, I think I need to turn up Cassie.
AM2R.
No. AM2R. Okay, I don't especially. Okay, AM2R seems like less mediocre, but like also not a good.
No, Cassie was just making a silly.
AM2R.
Oh. Sorry, I'm very bad with acronyms and hearing.
Oh.
I know Vinesauce liked Samus Returns. In fact, he said that he recommends both the fan version and that version. He thinks that they're both good for different reasons.
My issue with the official one is like a lot of it is genericified, and then also on top of that, also to be fair, the fan version is also genericified, just in different ways, but like ways that annoy me less. And then I'm gonna be honest, like the fucking parry mechanic. I love parry mechanics in games that are actually built around them. Like I love Metroid, I love Metal Gear Rising, I love Spark the Electric Jester's like second playthrough.
That was a fun one.
Yeah, I love parry mechanics, but the ones in Metroid 2 remake serve no purpose other than to make every remake.
Did you play?
Yeah,
Samus Returns?
I got through as much of it as I could tolerate, to be honest.
Oh.
Because there's just so many rooms where you're expected to stop.
And they try and make it cinematic. Was the other thing I remember noticing.
There's just so many rooms where you walk into a room, you have to stop, stand there, wait for the enemy to do its thing where it glows white, you press a button, and then you watch Samus shoot them in the face. And then you're allowed to continue the actual, like, Metroidvania you're trying to play. This is a really nice room. I love the level. I love the layout of that room. It was a nice curvy room. There was some interesting physics stuff you could
Kirby
do.
room.
No. Did you say Kirby room?
Yeah.
Okay, I restate my no. ASMR developer commentary. ASMR. That's fucking great. I love ASMR as like an entire genre, and I love the fact that it's like at this point expanded to be so many things. Some people complain. Some people see like go, oh wow, it's just this is ASMR now, and I'm like, you know what, buddy? I'm glad that ASMR has become literally everything it could ever be. I'm glad.
ASMR is great.
Yeah, I love the amount of ASMR videos you can find that have brackets deaf at the end of them. Unironically.
I feel like it's gotten beyond like the point of it originally, which was to what's the word? Get like a specific like response out of you.
Yeah,
a specific like feeling. Yeah.
Phenomenon.
And,
now it's just relaxation audio. Because
I do get that feeling, but never from any like actual ASMR related things. It's always listening to music.
Scorpion.
It's always specific music. I got it the other day listening to a song from Shovel Knight, for instance.
One second, I
that
need
like
to go
felt
check
like
on my
meaningful
cat.
to me.
Oh, I didn't catch the scorpion.
Checking on my cat.
Okay. It's time for the cat check. They put Ridley at the end because they thought it was cool. Like they had to throw something in there to make it cool. Which I remember Vinesauce did, I think. I think he liked Ridley.
I played the original Metroid too. That's the only version
I played the original Metroid 2 for maybe like an hour. And
yeah, I wasn't
and
all
then
that
stopped.
thrilled with it. I like Metroid 1 a lot better.
I don't like any Metroid 2 is the only one I've played.
Oh wait, was it the official? Yeah, the official one put Ridley in, right? Yeah, that's like the thing. Is like, okay, so my thing, right? Okay, is like.
I don't like games where I can't figure out what I'm doing.
Wait, what were we talking about?
Metroid.
That's fair. I mean, you can figure out what you're doing. You just have to figure it out.
Oh, Elena, you know what you should play on stream?
What?
Celeste.
No, I don't want to play that game.
Oh.
Like, okay, my thing is that the Metroid 2 remake that the fan made is basically just what if a fan like used Metroid 2 as a base to just make the kind of Metroid 2 the fans want, right?
Yeah.
And then I feel like the Metroid 2 remake that's official is what if a company was hired to use Metroid 2 as a base to make a Metroid game which is marketable and has a load of things that like a load of Nintendo will think this is a good business venture isn't. Like a gimmick,
Sorry,
like the Harry thing. Yeah, straightforward and predictable as well, yeah. So that's like the thing, it's like the fan thing, the fan one probably makes a load of...
the original, by the way, Vis?
I have played it. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the biggest on it, I just don't like the remake. I just don't like the official remake.
Yeah, I wasn't... Metroid 2 didn't grab me as much as 1 or Super Metroid did.
Oh, the original? Do you mean the remake of the original one that they did on Game Boy Advance?
Wait.
No, the NES Metroid. Like...
Well, you said you didn't like the remake of, and you said that after you said you played the first one.
What? No, I've never played any Metroid.
I was talking to Bis.
Oh
Bis
wait,
said I don't like the remake. After you said that you've played the original.
I have played the original and I have played the official remake. Neither of them I've finished.
The original?
I got further in the original.
Okay.
Because I think the original is like a good game, which
I
works
watched
for the game.
Vinesauce stream.
Yeah.
I think it was that one, the remake of the original game, and he said it was like way better than the original. Like he said he recommends it over the original.
Yeah, there was some confusion about Metroid. But my thing is like, I think Metroid 2 is a good Game Boy game. And then the Metroid 2 remake is a bad 3DS game, and that's
you're
the main
saying the
thing.
original Metroid 2. Oh, I get it.
Yeah, the original Metroid 2. I have played the.
We're all talking about different Metroids, Elfie says.
I've played the original Metroid for NES, and I think that's a bit. I think that's okay. Hot take, right? Okay, that feels more archaic and dated to me than Metroid 2 on Game Boy.
What does?
Yeah, I agree.
Oh wow, somebody agrees.
You know how I feel about things that are archaic and dated. I freaking love
Wait,
them.
are we working together to fight Mechasonic now? No, we're not. No, I'm working with Mechasonic to defeat that guy, and now I have to fight Mechasonic. I went through like several stages of figuring out what's going on here.
Several
It
stages.
feels like I'm just tossed in, and it's like, I don't know, you figure it out. And I'm like, alright.
Mechasonic I have nostalgia for, just because I remember him from Super Mario Bros. Z. Like, most of my Sonic-related nostalgia stuff is from fan works. Not from, like, real Sonic stuff, because obviously I didn't play real Sonic stuff when I was a kid. I experienced Sonic through fan stuff.
Sonic Utopia,
Oh yeah, I
played
I
that
kind-
as a kid. We played it like, what, a few months ago?
Elfie Faye's headcanon sounds about right. That Mechasonic just like fucked up the plan by just going to attack you, even if it ended up taking out Egg Robo in the process. Are you fucking ready? Are you fucking ready?
It's Super Mechasonic? Is this the final boss of this?
Be careful, he sweats rings.
He swings?
He sweats rings.
What? I
He
can't hit
sweats
him.
rings. You can hit him before he's sparking.
This sounds like it's the, because this sounds like the music from the final boss.
Yeah, this is the Doomsday Zone theme.
Would you stop?
I think this is.
Can you don't? Come back here.
Look at him go! Look at him go!
Come here and let me fight. Let me fight you. Wow, you get one shot to hit him, huh? Well, at least this isn't as hard as some of the other bosses. At least now, unless he has like more phases. Although Sonic bosses in these classic games don't have phases, really, do they?
I'd be careful. He sweats rings.
What are you talking about? What do you
I'd
mean
be careful. He
sweats
sweats rings.
What?
I'd be careful. He sweats.
But wouldn't that be a good thing? Because I could pick up the rings.
I'd be careful. He sweats rings.
Bis, you can't just.
Yes, honey.
You can't just say this.
I'd be careful, honey. He sweats rings.
Bis. Why do you do this to me? You say a thing, I don't understand what you mean, you don't explain it, you just keep saying it. And I just slowly lose my mind.
I keep saying that he sweats rings. Elena, okay, do you want me to
Why do you
stop
do this
saying
to
he
me?
sweats
And
rings?
on my stream. I would like you to explain what you mean.
Can I say he sweats rings?
My
Cassie,
God.
you are a darling baby, and we love you.
Are you talking about these energy balls that he shoots? Those aren't rings.
No, he's burping those. He sweats rings though.
He burp.
Elena, no! Elena, no! Elena! I feel bad now. I feel like I killed you there, to be honest.
What?
I feel like because you were distracted with the ring sweats.
You didn't explain it.
What if I just
Does
said you'll
anybody
know
in
what
chat
I mean?
know what Biss is talking about?
That he sweats rings?
Yeah, what?
Hey, Elena. Okay, Elfie Face trying to point something out to you. Hey, Elena, do you know I say something worrying?
No.
Anything on screen that could be worrying?
No. I mean, Mechasonic is kind of worrying.
So there's nothing
Saw him
on
leak a
screen.
ring. I've leaked rings. No, everything
that how
seems fine.
Is that how the Sonic damage system works? An enemy hits you and you just sweat from the stress?
Yeah. And then if you're out of sweat, you got no sweat to sweat, so you just die.
Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. I fucking love the idea that, like, if Sonic was an anime character, his sweat drop would just be a big ring sliding down his forehead. And he like wipes it off and makes a ding sound as he recollects it.
A sping sound. Oh, I'm yawning.
Hey Elena, can I ask you a question?
What?
Would you still love me if I sweat rings?
Yeah. Hey, it's me,
You love me
Goku!
if I started.
Hey, it's me, Goku!
It's me,
Hey, it's
Goku!
me, Goku! Hey, it's me, Goku! Hey, it's me, Goku!
Could you hear me making the knocking sound?
I couldn't, no.
Darn.
I can make a knocking sound if you want.
It's me,
Was that like,
Goku.
wait, was...
No, I don't notice anything about the circumstances.
Okay, Elena, what is he using to power up?
My butt?
What is she... Elena, what is Mecha Sonic using to power up?
Knuckles.
No, what's he using?
He stands
The
on
lid.
on a he stands on a big diamond.
No, it's the Master Emerald. Elena, it's the Master Emerald. I've
Oh,
explained
well,
to
what's
you...
he doing here?
Mate, okay,
Oh,
so...
he sweats rings.
Elena! Okay, so how did it get... Okay, so how did it leave... Okay, so how did it leave the palace when Eggman was here?
He picked it up between his big robot fingers.
Yes, okay, so how do you think it left when we're facing against the Egg Robo instead?
The egg
Which is
robot
what the story has
took it
been. Yes! And brought
in
it
his
here.
big fingers.
But what does the Master Emerald do?
It masters.
No, but what's it do in the context of the island that it comes from?
I don't know.
It makes the island float.
Oh,
And if you look in the background, it's it's looking a bit unstable, isn't it? Like it could fall if you don't return the emerald.
oh, I thought it just does that. I'd never seen the island before. I don't know how it moves.
You've seen the island in this stage of Sonic, and then the ending of Sonic, and also
Arrow says, "Who is Orange Sunk?"
both the true
I'm the
ending.
Vegetable Valley.
See,
You've
this
seen
is why I
island
don't understand the stories in Sonic games.
because they require you to know, like, observe things.
Like, I think it's like I don't assume anything means anything. I think it's just nice, like, set pieces.
Can we please quote Elaine on the line? I don't assume anything means anything.
I'll be honest though, I didn't know Sonic, the 2D Sonic games had stories outside the cutscenes.
Like, it's mostly
shit
Sonic.
I'm gonna pay attention to. I can barely pay attention to the gameplay. There's so much going on. Like, how am I supposed to pay attention to the story details in the background too?
I guess that's just kind of thing.
Except for,
is
I guess it was the opposite in VVVVVV. I saw all the weird stuff and I was like, oh, I bet this means something. And then Cassie's like, no. No, I think pretty sure it's just
Yeah, I don't
nice set
think-
pieces.
Oh, that's Mecha Sonic. That's Mecha Sonic Arrow. Also, Alphapha's right. That is
Apparently,
quintessential
a lot
Elena.
of the weird,
Oh.
Apparently, a lot of the weird hazards in V come from Terry Kavanagh's Dream Diary.
Oh, nice.
Oh, well, I'm making a whole game based on a dream. Also, I don't have a specific dream diary, but I do often write down things that I've dreamed about, obviously. I post them.
Can I give you a piece of advice, Elena?
What?
If you get underneath him when he's doing his little hop onto the emerald, where he's vulnerable, right?
him more
You
than
can
once.
yeah, you can hit him more than once because when you hit him, it'll bounce
get
you
him
back onto the
twice.
ground. Yeah.
That is quintessential.
Figure that out on
Elena.
my own.
Island slowly falling down in the background? Not my problem.
I didn't
But
know it
that's
was
your
falling. I
house.
thought it was just
Not
tilting.
my
And I thought
problem.
maybe... I just thought it just does that.
Yeah, in
It just
fairness,
floats.
it looks to me like it's a floating island. It makes sense that it would kind of tilt.
But the
like
problem is,
all the time.
Yeah,
Well,
I
this is
didn't
the thing
notice
is-
it was going down until you specifically brought it up to me.
no, but this is the thing is that we've seen this multiple times in the game before
Krampus.
in different contexts, and we see that when it's flying normally, it doesn't do this.
Oh,
And
well, I
that's
thought
like
most of the time you were
common
on the island.
thing. But
And
this stage,
I thought this is
you've
the only-
already played.
On the one hand,
I didn't
that's
see it.
fair,
I
but
didn't
on
see
the
it
other
until
hand,
just now.
I feel like I'm
So I
gonna
don't-
be paying attention to the game and not
Yeah.
the island in the background.
Yeah, I never saw it until we were here, and it's just the only thing there.
I guess
Most of the game doesn't have these kind of important details, so I don't know why I would expect one part to.
well, I guess that's just how it be. I don't know. I feel like there's enough examples of this, at least in the difference. I think there's enough examples of stuff like this, at least in the differences between Sonic and Knuckles' playthrough. But I think it'd be reasonable for somebody playing it who isn't experiencing hell and isn't Elena.
I thought it was just tilting back and forth.
My question is, does she even need to notice these story details to finish the boss? It seems like you're trying to give her a hint on how to finish the boss.
Nah.
I didn't get that. You're just trying to explain what's happening here.
I'm gonna be honest. It's because we're doing this as like a series, and we're supposed to. And I'm at least on my end. I like explaining all the story stuff. I was gonna explain this anyway. It's just FlutterBug brought it up, like as if she was trying to get, like, giving Elena a hint as to what might be going on to see if Elena puts it together.
See, I thought you were trying to like help Elena.
I can kind of just stay over here.
Oh no.
I can kind of just stay here.
The story was related to how you beat the boss. Oh, that's fine then. I'm fine with the story details.
Wow, this is easy actually. I can kind of just stay in this corner, and that gives me plenty of time to. Never mind.
Oh yeah. I mean, like, other than the one boss that you have to like trick to fall into the sand, pretty much every boss in this game you just hit and they die.
Well, I stank that up. I got too confident in my strategy of staying in that corner. Seemed reasonable at the time.
You know what really Brimbus is my Scrimbus?
Yeah.
The person who made this mod, their username is Eukaryote.
Oh, I can
which
just...
is also,
well, this isn't too bad, it just puts you here.
Which is also just the word for a cell with a membrane.
Here. Maybe this will work better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but without the E at the end, right?
Yeah, and I just think that's really cool. Like, wouldn't it be what? Like, it's just... I just think it's like, you see a lot of usernames, not many of them are about, classes and orders and violence.
I guess you're right, Bis. You're technically right.
I'm also literally right. And also spiritually right.
I guess.
I appreciate a username, and you're grilling me over it.
Yep. How's it feel to be married to a baby?
You're being put on the grill? Cassie's putting you on the grill?
No!
Grilling the fairy?
Yep, I'm grilling the thing.
Elena's... Cassie is at the grill, and Elena's like, what are you grilling? Berries! No!
Show me what you have on the grill.
I'm gonna be honest, I am just kind of imagining it as like a plastic baby's like oven. And I'm just kind of sat there screaming just to complete the effect.
Oh, yeah, it's just one of those electric ones where like it just sort of like turns on and glows red. And makes like a little like sizzling sound effect.
Yeah.
My sister had one of those when she was little.
Elena, can I make a suggestion?
What?
Stop.
Don't be impatient.
Yeah, stop being impatient.
You got your work cut out for you trying to get me to stop being impatient. I think it's an uphill battle.
I remember when
trying to get me to stop being impatient.
I remember when Easy Bake Ovens had actual heating elements, says FlutterBug.
Yeah, now they have like a light bulb.
Oh my god, people fucking... I once described the thing on top of a fucking, I once described a hob as a hob. Like the hob on the top of an oven that you put pans on.
Yeah, that was me and Arrow there.
And you were like, that's a heating element. And I'm like, no, it's a fucking hob.
Arrow and I both, yeah. We had to explain to you why we were calling it a heating element.
Not a fuck.
Arrow says it's a heating element.
It's a hot. Okay, how do you differentiate between the heating element inside the oven?
Can I get free BIS points if I call it a hob?
Yes, you get free BIS points if you call it a hob.
You really
a hob.
I think
we
would just call it the stovetop.
Wow.
Or just the stove.
Wow. Wow. So wow. Wow. Wow.
Elfie says that's a UK thing.
Wow. Yeah. I've made it my one goal in life to argue every single difference between the two versions of English for no good reason. Mostly because people will like get annoyed if I don't. Okay, so certain people, right, will get annoyed if I don't translate for them, right? So now I make a point of being the least helpful person possible, and insisting everybody else know what I mean, and never accommodating. Elena, Elena.
I'm trying to hit it twice, like you told me.
Elena just farted into the microphone.
Elena, not again! 2. 2. 2.
Why are you saying 2?
Because Elfie Faye is saying 2. Elena, stop being impatient!
Hello, Pikmin Planet. You're just in time for the final boss.
Number 2.
Number 2, Burger King foot pickles.
Oh. Oh no, Elfie Faye. Oh no. Oh no. I thought Elfie Faye was talking about the 2 hits thing. Never mind. Yeah, I said, okay, so,
2.
Okay, so there is, okay, so obviously there's, you can't clearly
Oh, I killed him.
differentiate.
Look at the frame where I killed him.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna take the L on this one, yeah, you're right. Because I was gonna say that I thought most of them, other than American English, used a lot of the same spellings, and it was like a sort of a spectrum between the two. But yeah,
Australian's very different.
I mean, if we're being real here, isn't there like a combo language that's like halfway between Mandarin and English? And then also you've got
There's several
Scots.
combo languages like that.
Yeah, and then
English.
you've got Scots. Yeah, and then you've got
He's
Scots.
never done that before. Why did he come and get me down there? He got
He has
wise to
different
my
moves.
strategy finally.
But then you've got stuff
God, I
like.
forgot how to do this room in V. I'm so confused.
But then you've also
it's
got-
one of the player levels.
Oh.
Thoroughly lost.
But yeah, there's also stuff like Scots, which is like a version of English specific to Scotland as well. I don't know.
That's
I
what
don't
the
know where
conductor
you.
in Hat in Time speaks.
Oh.
I don't know if he. No, I don't
that's
think
how
so.
you do it.
Like doesn't the Hat in Time conductor just speak in an accent, not a different version of English itself? It's an accent,
no, I
it's not a language.
Like, if you mean,
I'm
like,
just joking.
saying, like, can
Mostly.
I instead of cannot, like, stuff like that, he does that.
Well, I mean, those are like bits and pieces. That's kind of like when a Russian character says "da" for no reason, though. You know, it's like flavor. It's like flavor language. They're still mostly speaking English. Like
yeah, I'm just
from what I
joking
can tell,
mostly.
Oh,
from what
It's a regional
do you mean,
dialect.
like, do you mean, like, the language you're talking about is, like, really distinct from English to the point where you wouldn't understand it if you didn't speak it?
I think it's like okay. So I've
That's
only
Australian
heard it.
sometimes.
I've only heard it occasionally, right? But like I feel like it's kind of in the middle. It's one of those things where it'd be hard to understand what was being said otherwise, even though a lot of the elements are the same.
Yeah.
Huh.
Like I don't think you'd have a character in an American-made game speak like that because they wouldn't want to alienate.
That's like
their audience.
Shakespearean English.
Yeah, I'd say maybe that's like a comparison.
Old English, though, is you kind of have to study it quite a bit to understand it.
Part of the thing is, though, is that like there obviously isn't clean divisions between different. There obviously isn't a clean like distinction between a dialect and a language. I think, or like a style of
Yeah.
speaking in a language.
Well, and I mean, languages obviously evolve over time too.
Yeah.
That's why there is Old English that just sort of slowly morphed into current English.
I hate. I'm gonna be honest, right? Okay. I have like an irrational dislike of Old English, just because like I feel like it's given a grandiosity that it does not fucking deserve.
I just think it's interesting because I like studying history of things and of languages and things like that.
That's fair. Your interest is pure,
What?
Elena.
The rings! There they are!
Oh yeah, he sweats rings.
Why couldn't you explain this to me? Are those hazards?
Yeah, they're hazards. He sweats rings.
I noticed they don't look the same as regular rings.
Yeah. It's like an attack.
Oh, this is
and
a different
also-
pattern now, huh?
Yeah. So here's the thing, right? Okay, is the way I interpret this phase is like you can see he's occasionally losing the form and everything, right?
Uh-huh.
And he's sweating rings, and obviously
kill him.
rings are what power a super form.
See what happens now.
I interpret this as his super form getting unstable.
Well, that section was a lot easier.
Yeah, because he was because he was sweating. He was fucked.
Where did Sonic? Sonic, you don't fly the plane. Where did you
That's
get
Sonic...
your pilot's license?
Elena, you do not Sonic's plane, right?
What?
He owned it before he even met Tails.
But Tails is the pilot. Tails flies the plane. I thought he just wrote Sonic on it because he likes Sonic. That's his friend.
No,
rocking Lena's world.
Sonic only. Tails only got his own plane after the event and during the events of Sonic Adventure. Also,
well, how come I never saw Sonic fly the plane before?
Also, bad news, Elena. We have got the bad ending. Oops. There is different endings.
Bum, 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 bum.
So it's gonna
Like
be a part 5 of this?
Yeah, it's gonna be a part 5 of this.
Why is Sonic 3 so long
Da da da
compared to the other ones?
It is literally 2 games stapled together. If you want to get technical, Elena. It's 2 games stapled together, Elena.
Don't forget the and Knuckles.
It's Yuji Naka. That's what we're playing today.
Wait, oh my god, Bis, what did I say? What did I say? No, I swear to god, I didn't know.
Yeah, because earlier on you told me, oh, I don't think that there's different endings for Knuckles.
I could have sworn because, so with the other one, the differences are, like, way bigger between the 2 endings. With this one, I think the ending is just whether you get the Master Emerald at the end or not. So, it's a very small difference, but we're still gonna have to... Elena, do you remember when you went into Hidden Palace and, like, turned the Chaos Emeralds to Super Emeralds, thus giving yourself 7 more special stages to do?
Yeah.
You could have avoided that!
Well, I didn't know. I just ran forward and ended up there.
I
had no idea it was coming.
Oh, well, honey.
In fact,
nice
by
to
the
do a
time
stream
I
with
noticed
you.
that there was a big ring, I was touching it and going into it.
Well, look this way, Elena. We stream every Sunday anyway, right?
Yeah.
It probably won't take long to knock out all those blue spheres again.
To knock out Knuckles?
To knock out all those blue spheres again.
Can I gush about this one really cool idea in this V player level?
Oh,
Okay.
go on, sure.
Okay, so the level maker has a number of tools for like making like dialogue and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so with those tools you can do stuff like, you know, obviously Viridian stops to read the dialogue, as well as you can have like pauses between the dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
And you can make Viridian frown, and you can make the screen flash. So what somebody did in this level was they turned it into a new game, like a new level gimmick. So they had these little like patches on the wall where if you pass them, they would supposedly give you an electric shock. So the screen would flash and Viridian would frown for a few seconds and freeze in place.
Oh.
It's so cool.
Oh, that's
like,
cool.
And they
Also-
used it for a couple interesting ideas. Like they just straight up put together a bunch of things that weren't like directly gameplay related, and they made a new gameplay gimmick out of it. That's so cool to me.
That's hella cool.
Also, why is it called Angel Island if angels don't live there? Where are
What
the
do angels do, Elena? What do angels do?
Spin?
Island? The island.
No, Elena, think of things angels do, and don't miss the obvious one just to
They
stump
glow?
me. For a second I
I
thought
don't know
I
what
said
the
a
heck they
big...
do.
For a
What do
second
they do?
I misread that as a BIS thank you to everybody who supported the project. They fly! They have wings!
Well, Island doesn't have it doesn't have It has rings. It doesn't have wings.
It has figurative... Elena. Also,
Red Bull
Elfie
gives you
Faye,
wings.
I'm gonna be honest, I wish I had done it to Spunbus, Elena. I wish I had done that with malicious intent.
There's gotta be.
Yeah.
So, are you telling me there's angels that hold up the island?
No! The Master... No! Elena!
Are you telling me the Master Emerald is an angel?
No! I'm saying the angel! If something flied, you would... If an island flied, why wouldn't you call it Angel Island?
This just in, the island flied.
The island flied!
So Elena. Are you done streaming for today, or do you want to
Yeah, I'm tired.
Okay, well next week we'll finish Sonic 3 for
We got a
Knuckles
blue
finally.
stream. We got a blue sphere stream again.
Yeah, and then after that's done, because we'll probably finish that pretty quick, we can do some fan games afterwards.
Secrets.
Also, you
Knuckles
got to put
and
that
Tails
in.
mode.
Also, you got to show that image in chat now.
Oh yeah, the image.
You got to
The Wimage.
The
scrimmage.
You got to show the scrimmage in chat, honey.
Oh, no.
Also, Aaron's asked me to check my inbox. What is this saying? Arrow, this is a good clip, and I hate you.
There you go. It's on stream for you, Bis.
There we go. Can we just
Bis
leave
made
this
this.
on? Can we leave this on till the end of the stream?
No.
Mike!
No, I've had enough. Goodbye.
No! Elena!
It's enough. Sonic and Knuckles title. Oh, I would like that.
Oh yeah, turn
So
it
I
on.
remember
Let's
that.
look.
Oops.
When we do the next
Sonic
stream,
and
can you put
Knuckles.
the background blur up to 100%, just so we can see it?
No, we did that before.
Oh.
I didn't want to look at it that long either. Elfie.
Oh, that's fair and valid.
That's cool. This is the
Okay,
title
so-
screen I remember
Aww.
from when I played through the regular version of this game.
Well, I mean, you must have just played through and Knuckles. You must have just played Sonic and Knuckles then. This doesn't show up unless you just play
Really?
Sonic and Knuckles.
Well, I remember Knuckles
Yeah.
being there. It was Sonic 3 and Knuckles was on the title screen.
I don't think that's possible.
And it didn't look like that either, it looked different from this.
Are you... Wait, excuse... What?
It looked more like the other one where Sonic is like in the middle of the ring, but Knuckles was in there too.
That has never existed. Ever. That isn't real.
What?
That isn't
That's how I
real.
remember- That's what I remember the title screen looking like.
Well, I can't help you, Elaine. It's not real. That's not a thing that exists anywhere.
What?
Yeah, it
That
does.
is
I've seen it.
It looked like this.
Where?
See this little icon
No, I'm
here?
just kidding.
It looked like this, but without tails.
Let me have a look at this. I'm googling Sonic 3 and Knuckles title screen. It isn't there. Sonic 3 and Knuckles' title screen. There is no version that has Sonic and Knuckles in the
What?
ring. Are you getting confused because Sonic 2 and Knuckles has Knuckles in a ring on his own? Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Elfie.
No.
Have you seen? Okay, that thing you're pointing at, right? With Sonic
Yeah.
and Knuckles and Tails in the ring, right?
Yeah. It was
Are you
like that,
sure you
but
might not-
not tails there.
Are you sure you might not have seen a fan game that might have something like that? Because that sounds like something a fan
No,
game
I
might
remember
have
when I
like that.
played Sonic 3 on my own. I played the Steam version.
It simply is not a thing in any version. The Steam. Is it? Are you thinking of the title screen of Sonic Blast for Game Gear by any chance?
I don't think I've ever seen that game.
I've shown you stuff from it before.
I swear it wasn't just Sonic on the menu, because the menu looked... I didn't remember this menu. Like, the menu with just Sonic in the middle there? Like, I thought that was new for this version. I didn't recognize it.
Elena, I am being scrimbled at the minute. I think your memories have got bamboozled.
Because the Sonic and Knuckles one looked more familiar to me, but not the logo.
Okay,
The
one
logo
second,
I
let me just-
remembered as being the Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and I remembered it being the ring.
Okay, so 7 minus 1 plus 2. 9 blue spheres you gotta do when we come back.
Oh, I thought you were,
I
like,
think.
somehow, like, trying to, like, use math to fathom what I was thinking of here.
Okay, you'll probably think... Okay, sorry, Elena, I'm gonna show you the Sonic 2 and Knuckles logo.
How was there Sonic 2 and Knuckles?
Because originally Sonic and Knuckles was a lock-on cart, and you could plug it in to...
Well, I
you
knew
could plug
that.
it in...
I didn't know you could do it with
Yeah.
Sonic 2.
Yeah, you could do it with Sonic 2, and
I
it
thought
put
it was just Sonic
2...
3 and Knuckles.
Yeah.
Well, this
I
I never
found-
would have seen because I never played that. Yeah,
In fact,
I would never have seen this.
Apparently the only reason there wasn't a Sonic 1 and Knuckles possible is apparently because of palette reasons, like, they couldn't put Knuckles' palette into Sonic 1 for some reason.
Oh. Well, anyway. Being spunbus by the title screen aside,
Oh,
that
love
was
that
Sonic
you get
3
Spunbus.
and Knuckles for today. Maybe it's a Mandela effect thing.
Maybe, I think it might be.
I've
honey,
come from another dimension where that title screen existed.
how does it feel to know that next week we get to have our true final? This is like when Game Theory
Maybe.
does their. Do you remember all the times Game Theory did their final FNAF theory?
I
Like
never
they've done
watched.
that several times.
You're assuming I've ever watched Game Theory.
Oh, honey, you need to watch all the FNAF theories in a row. There's like almost
No.
30 of them now.
No.
30
Definitely
theories
not.
later. 30
Definitely
theories.
not watching this.
Yes, you are. We're gonna marathon it together.
No.
I'm gonna super glue your butt to the chair.
No.
Yes.
What?
No!
Because I keep hearing it as Game Fairy, and I wish that was a thing.
Oh my
That's
god, can that
Biss.
just be my new channel?
Aww.
The Fairy Gaming. It does. I'm gonna be honest, the FNAF fairies are at least like. I think the FNAF fairies are at least the better Game Theory content because they're actual content rather than just, hey, did you know I googled how helicopters work? Anyway, Tails is a cartoon character. Get fucked, game designers.
No.
No! Hey, Elena, guess
Whoa,
what?
Matt Pat, you
What?
Googled how a helicopter works? He's so smart. I never thought to do that.
Hey, Elena, guess what?
What?
Master, Dobby's a cock destroyer.
Uh-oh.
I was missing Elena
Anyway.
before the stream.
Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody.
Something about Sam.
It's been Sonic Sundays with Biss once again.
Sonic Sundays?
Yeah, that's what
This
we
is
do.
a Sunday thing?
Yeah, we play Sonic
Yeah.
games on Sundays.
Huh. I didn't know that. Wow. You learn something new every day.
Well, it's more just like Biss Sunday, but then it just turns into Sonic Sunday.
Well,
as a
yeah,
matter
what
of-
else do I play with you? We play Sonic. I mean, we played Horace together for a while, but
Well, we'll
in
play
fact, I
something
think we
different
started
once-
playing. I think we started playing things on Sundays, with Horace, and then we finished Horace like the first one, and then started doing Sonic stuff afterwards because he had Sonic fan
Night-night.
games and stuff you wanted me to do.
Night-night, Elfie. Sleep well. Have a good sleep.
well. Yeah, I'll see you on Wednesday, everybody.
Arrow,
We're
please
Good
do
night,
not, Arrow,
Elfie.
do not bring Dobby into this.
I'm not sure. I don't think we're doing Animal Crossing this Wednesday. I think it's all SpongeBob.
Yeah, SpongeBob.
We're gonna play all the SpongeBob Game Boy games, and we're going to finish Battle for Bikini Bottom
I just realized. On
the Game Boy.
Cassie is the midweek stream. I'm the end of week stream. We
or
counter
start of week, actually, technically.
Elena, listen, right? Okay, Elena, listen, Elena. People go to work on Monday. That's the start of the fucking week.
Yeah, but calendars all put Sunday at the start.
I don't care what calendars. Okay, I know some calendars that don't. My computer calendar puts Monday at the beginning. Okay, how do you explain that? It's a weekend, Elena. It's the end.
Well, see, Biss, you're often very pedantic with me, so shouldn't I get to be pedantic with you sometimes?
Yeah, well, you should. It's better to be pedantic when you're right.
Excuse me?
Ooh,
I always argue
hot
against you
damn.
whenever you're being like that. I don't think you're right.
Even if you. Well, I mean, that's your problem.
What? Anyway, yeah, so Wednesday will be SpongeBob, and then Thursday will be Return of Link to the Past and World of Goo. And then
I love you.
And then it'll be Sunday again with Biss.
I love you.
I
And
also
we'll do this
love-
again. Oh.
Oh. And I also love Cassie.
yeah. See you on Wednesday, everybody.
See you then, everybody. Bye.